You've been pushing my buttons for how many years now, Tekken?
Oh my.
It's like at least 8, because Gap was like 8 when it shut down, so it's like over 8,
Amen.
possibly 10,
Amen.
which is like pushing a decade. But welcome to Aimless Babble Z, episode 203. I'm Tekken Master, joined by
RPG Maniac 05.
Traptical?
And Buff 74. Filling in
All
for
right.
Joe. Because he's getting 100% on his rock band. Good for him. You go, Joe.
Wow.
Tekken, would you play "Call Me" by Blondie on Rock Band?
Yeah.
Would you play that? Would you be as good as Joe was? He got like 100%.
I've never played Rock Band, so I probably wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
You never played Rock Band?
No.
Even I've played Rock Band.
You played Guitar Hero?
Yeah. Dude,
Uh-uh.
isn't that the game you could not buy the not gems or? Whatever. I'm not gonna get into it. I don't want to like buy the whole thing and like only be playing guitar or whatever.
I see.
Or just like not have a group of people to play the whole.
But I think
slew
you
of
can play that
instruments.
online, though, can't you? So it wasn't...
Wait, was it Rock Band 3 that they promised they brought out, and they promised all these instruments, and they only brought out like 5 in total, and so 5 people in the world got like drums, and that's it. They couldn't make as many pieces, and they just died a horrible death.
I'm not sure about the drums. I know, like, for...
Keyboards, the
Is
keyboards.
that the one that had
that's
the
right.
guitar
Yep.
or something? Or
They had there was like an adapter you needed, and they didn't make enough of them.
I remember at the store we had for like it was like $129 for the keyboard. It was like, and there's only like one we had, and then it was gone, and then we never had any more come back in. And everybody's coming in, Rock Band 3. Well, no, we don't have that anymore. We don't have the parts for it, and they never came in. Not one single thing came in after initial launch.
I think what it was is that like it was at the time when there's just like too much Guitar Hero, and I was just like already like didn't care anymore, and so it's like I'm already getting my fix of music games. I don't need to buy another one. It's like, and there's Audio Surf and Beat Hazard. So it's like I can play their stuff too. So it's like I don't need to have a classic instrument game to enjoy a music game. So
A guy came in this week to trade in his game, and he said, "Hey, can I trade in my Guitar Hero?" And we laughed at him because we don't take your. Well, I'm sorry. Well, it's 4 years since it was there, and we haven't had. We don't even sell the used guitars anymore because all you kids break them, and then they trade them in so you get some money off it. So no, you have to go to your local pawn shop because we don't even carry those things anymore. And he just walked away really sad.
Oh.
Maybe because we were laughing at him.
I think that probably added to it.
Yeah.
Speaking
yeah,
of
as far as
store
the
people,
order of the day, we have some Nintendo announcements and other stuff and Gamescom stuff, and then we're gonna go like reverse style if we do a middle segment and then what you've been playing. But whatever, stealth games. 'Cause we said about it. We talked about it last week and we didn't. Because we're like, we gotta cut the show short. So
Can I say something?
Sure.
I just want to congratulate each and every one of you guys for making it over the big number 200 mark. You know, it is a testament. No, I'm being. Listen.
Well, no, it's just because of all the trouble we had to go through to get
for
to that.
for the 10 months between 199 and 200. Oh, I know. I understand, but the thing is, you guys have really been committed to this lovely podcast that you've had on here, and you know something, you've had me on a couple of times, you've banned me for a whole bunch of times. It's all good, but listen, I'm just saying, congratulations, you guys. You're committed to this. You made it your own. This is a fabulous podcast. Thank you very much for letting me come back on again after the exile. And it's just continue on to the great thing, the Babble Z. Continue on. You guys are great. Congratulations on 200 plus. Though Tekken said 100 and something on his intro there.
I heard that too. Yeah.
I did.
You did. You said like 103 or something like that.
Oh, my
yeah,
bad.
the two also.
What, did the last 100 not count, Tekken?
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe I did that. Nobody told me.
No, you're already in too deep.
Oh, well, but yeah, what you been playing last, so how about that 2DS that plays 3D games, but not, or 3DS games, but not 3D.
Except that it doesn't, because that's not what it does at all.
That's
I don't
weird.
know, I think, I mean, I can understand why they would be doing it, but there's like a lot of things about it that just seem bizarre. Like,
Yeah.
the fact that they are doing it and the design of it and at all, it's just like it looks strange. It doesn't fold up like any of the previous DS.
I know, that is like the one thing that kills it for me. It's just like, dude, if this folded up, I'd buy it because I don't use the 3D. And without that and all that stuff taken out, it's obviously gonna have like better battery life. But then it's like, oh, it doesn't fold in half. Well, it's like, it doesn't fold in half. It doesn't fit in my pocket as good. And since it doesn't fold in half, how am I gonna fit it in my pocket? It's gonna like jam up in there. And
you could do it like Flavor Flav style and just wear it around your neck.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
I'm not sure it'll attach in any way. You'll need like a pouch. You're wearing this big pouch and that has your DS.
I think they have
and then, you know, at that point, you might as well be getting the fanny pack.
It's just, it was just a weird design decision. I mean, it's not even, like, I don't even understand the logic behind it.
Well, I think of it like this, perhaps. It's this Nintendo's, like, they've done everything they can to the Game Boy and 3DS, blah, 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 and this is now, we're now catering to everybody. We're trying to get more people. We're throwing that big net out and trying to catch everybody and bite. I got to give them credit, at least for one thing.
Well, not
offering
that
them,
part. I meant the design itself.
Oh, absolutely.
The thing I didn't understand the point of.
Yeah, but first, kudos for getting a chance to play your regular DS with your 3DS, and so now you've got a whole bunch of games to play. Opens up the whole market. But for the design, it's got to come down to every console condenses itself, and this is, I guess, Nintendo's way of condensing itself by making it even bigger. It's a weird thing, but the whole thing, because I saw the video, because a girl I knew sent me a video of that. Hey, check this out! It comes out the same day as blah 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 blah. So I'm checking it out, and it's like, oh, it looks like that old football game that came out in the '80s, the little handheld football game with little dots instead of players. It's like very retro-like in style. But is it going to be good? It looks horrible. Does making it the flap, does folding it over cost too much for Nintendo, and this is their only way of doing it? That's my question.
What Nikino said to me on Twitter was basically, I guess they kind of made it indestructible style, like Game Boy 1, where it's just very firm and like not as flimsy, so it's like it can take a beating from a child if it's like, oh, I dropped it 5 times and it's completely fine.
Yeah, but now the screens are all exposed, though. They don't even have the protection from the clamshell design there.
Well, I mean, even the old Game Boys, like, the screens get pretty scratched up, and yet kids were totally okay with it.
Yeah, they won't care.
Did we have a price point on this yet?
It's like $129.
Okay, so they drop it down. So, hey, buy another one. It's only $129.
Yeah, that's the other thing is it's a good price point for, like, giving it to children. It's like it's barely above $100, so it's like, you know, it's something easy to, like, go out and get for your kid if they want one.
Here's the question.
And not have to worry about it breaking and it's indestructible.
Here's my question. Say you have kids. Tekken, you have a kid. All right. Are you going to pick up, coming up to Christmas, because it's going to be released in November, would you pick this up for your child for Christmas?
Yeah, I would, because it comes out the same day as Pokemon, so it's obviously like you can just get that in the game for like cheaper than the price of a regular 3DS.
Then the whole thing, no matter how bad it looks, it works because it's a price point. They drop it down. They cancel the clamshell thing because it's too cost effective or least cost effective. They cut some dollars out there. Boom, here you go. The kids are gonna buy it like crazy. Boy, keeping up with Pokemon. Boom.
What's strange about this, though, is, like, 3DS isn't the console that was selling poorly for them. If anything, they should have thought about, Wii U stuff, because the 3DS is, like, still, from my understanding, still outselling a lot of the current consoles and among other portables and everything, too. So I'm like, I mean, I can understand why they would do it, but at the same time, it's like, why would they do it?
Okay, can we say this as a fight thing, saying the 3DS is the reason why Nintendo's still in business?
We can say that, actually. Well, I mean, plus they have a ton of cash.
Well, yeah, but
they
that's
have a lot of
cash.
After
the Wii, they have a lot of cash on hand.
Well, no,
exactly.
they had a lot of cash before. It was just
yeah, the Wii U helped them make a lot of money. Then the Wii U came out, and there went all the money. So, but the thing is, the 3DS, because
the DS has always been pretty great selling for them. Because I mean, like every MPDs since they've had like their handhelds have always been like outselling everything, so
absolutely.
That was never.
So that is their cash cow, They like it, but now they want to get out there. Now, Tekken, what about this news that I know I mentioned it in my own podcast, which I won't promote because that's fairly rude. But the thing is, we heard news that perhaps they're opening up more avenues within the Asian market that have banned the Nintendo handheld being used. Now, all of a sudden, they're thinking about opening up that market again for more people to have it. All of a sudden, we create something cheap that allows you to play all the DS games. And we're throwing it right at the same time when they're opening up that market for more people being allowed accessibility towards the handheld.
Yeah. Also, I put on Facebook. I was talking about this with blah blah blah. Talking about this with RPG. Like as regards to like the design, I think they like really fashioned it off of like the iPad and tablets, which is like why it doesn't fold in half. But like that like if you're a core gamer and you're like, oh well, I like the old design, it's like you're gonna like gripe about it. But if like you're someone that's a non-traditional gamer and is like just getting into it, and it's like, oh well, this looks like the Apple blah 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 or this whatever tablet, but it plays all these awesome Nintendo games that's for way better than those crappy iStore games.
Because they've had such a great time selling tablets so far.
Yeah,
so,
I don't know about that actually. It looks fairly different from a tablet. I think what might be a reason for them to have changed it so drastically is that this clearly differentiates it from the 3DS. Whereas, I mean, if you had a 2DS and it was a clamshell and it looked
exactly the same.
Exactly the same, and even the logo is like, it's a 3 and a 2, so it's just like, a few marks different. So if you look at it on the store shelf, it's like, okay, I see all of these machines. They look basically the same to me. I'm not a core gamer, and they all have different prices. So which one should I get? You don't want to get ripped off with just the cheap one. If it's cheap because it's missing things or whatever, and so with this form factor, it's very easy. It's like, okay, this one is totally different. Still, I think it's still confusing, but it's like it makes it more distinct. I think a bit in the lineup.
Well, think of it as a parent. Okay, you say you are working at the video game store. You're talking to a parent who says, "Oh, I gotta get something for my kid for Christmas." Oh, I gotta get something. What's this all about? And you go, "Oh, there's 2DS. That is now able to play your regular DS games and your 3DS games, but they can actually play in a 2D setting. Oh, my kid doesn't need 3DS. How much does it cost? Oh, $129. I'll buy 3. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
And then about your question about like the marketplace, I think like they have like the potential right now, since it's a 3DS basically without the 3D built in, so it's cheaper, and just like the 3DS, it has like all the functionality of it's on the SD card that you save to. If they can put all these DS games on the eShop and like all these 3DS games on the eShop, it's like a really viable platform for digital Nintendo games to like actually like grow from that. Because I would totally buy it if I could just download. DS games are completely out of stock that you can't get. They're out of print. Like just run out and buy Advance Wars or that Front Mission game, and like any other crazy JRPGs that like are just super hard to find now on DS. Because I love me some old school DS games.
It's just kind of sad though, because it's like when you think about it, the 3D portion of the 3DS is kind of like something they were like advertising super heavily, even though it wasn't really all that necessary in the console. And it's kind of just like by them releasing this, it almost seems like even they realized how pointless it kind of was from the get-go. Do
you think it was like a fad?
I mean, well, I think 3D in general has always been kind of like a fad to me. I've never been like sold on it because like why? But I guess
can something be a fad if it was never particularly popular?
I'm sure 3D was popular with some people. I mean, movies are still doing it, and people were lining up to do that for whatever reason they want to spend $20 on a movie ticket for. But
and it's like, when was the last time a 3D movie really was a 3D movie? Really? What's some really pop out at you? They're very few and far between.
Yeah, I don't know. I usually try to avoid 3D movies anyway, so I don't even know. But
Tekken goes to the drive-in, so he doesn't.
Do they still have those?
Yeah, they have one here.
Oh.
They're awesome.
From the back seat.
There may be kids listening, so
that's right.
Careful there. But,
yeah, like it makes sense on all fronts, except for the people who talk about these things. Because for the people who talk about games, it's sort of weird. It's like, okay, well, you introduced a cheaper system, so that makes sense to us. But already your naming conventions are very confusing. People don't understand that you can't play Wii U games on a Wii. People don't understand the difference between DS and 3DS games. And like the 3DS plays DS and 3DS games. The DS plays DS games, and then the 2DS plays 3DS and DS games, and there are no 2DS games.
That is true.
And then it's interesting that like you have the 3D slider functionality on the 3DS, so it's like you don't need to take it out, but it's like to pass the. I guess it makes sense from like a business point to like pass those savings on to the consumer better than just like rip it out. And I'm hoping that it has like better battery life because like if it is like actually pocket fittable,
they said
that
I might get one. The current one has 3 to 5 hours.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And the 2DS is supposed to have 5 to 9 hours of battery life.
That's one thing I did not like about my 3DS is like I don't use a 3D, so if this wasn't in here, I'd get better battery life.
Did they actually explain why they took out the 3D in the on this 2DS?
The speculation is that so on every 3DS game box at the bottom there's a message that says 3D is not recommended for kids under the age of 6.
I thought it was 7 and younger.
It says like 6 plus or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So some of the speculation is that a lot of parents are sort of weary about that. It's like, I want to buy them a 3DS, but I don't want them to use 3D, and I don't want to watch them all the time. So,
go play out in the street, kids.
I know, right?
This is Nintendo doing it for you. Like, they took out the 3D, so now it's like, okay, 7 and under, it's all safe now. Regardless of what the medical data says or not, it's like, yeah, now it's like, you don't have to take the risk at all. There is no 3D, so, everyone who was worried that your kid 6 and under was going to play with the 3D on, like, it's not there anymore, so there you go.
Although I am curious to how many people that would have deterred from buying one, even if their kid was just, like, begging them to buy them one anyway, so...
It is hard to say. I mean, I think price point is going to make that biggest argument there.
Yep.
So, the younger your kid, the less you want to spend on expensive equipment.
That is true.
So it's like,
get broken.
My 4-year-old,
Amen.
I don't want to spend $170. I will just spend $130, and it's basically the same thing, except this one, they can't like snap the screen off.
Not for lack of trying,
Now here's
it's gonna be
question.
hard on the 2DS.
Would any of you trade in your 3DS for a 2S or a 2DS?
If it can fit in my pocket, maybe.
I mean,
because I'd like to go all digital and I just like transfer all my stuff, and then after my stuff's transferred, it has better battery life. So it has like all the pros and none of the cons of the like 3DS I have now.
Hang on. So why is it a digital system to you?
Yeah.
Because Tropical eShop, I can. Like, my PS3, it's digital. It's like, I just want to go in the store and buy games. I don't have to worry about it.
But you can buy that on your 3DS, too, though. It's not like it's not like you're restricted.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, it has all the stuff that the current 3DS has, and then, like, on top of that, it has better battery life.
Okay.
That still doesn't really justify.
Yeah, form factor. I wouldn't, simply because I don't really play my 3DS that much. So I would probably be spending more money to get a different device, which is basically the same device I have now, to not play the games that I'm already not playing.
I wonder how much the 3DS element of, or the 3D element of the 3DS, how much it costs to actually integrate into the system. So if you take that out, how much does that handheld now cost? If we took it right out completely,
it's hard to say because we know that the 3D screens are expensive. Glasses-less. Man, that's hard to say.
Glassless?
I think saying glasses, like without glasses is what it is.
No glasses required 3D. Those screens are kind of expensive. So by taking that out, that should already cut down some of the cost of making the system.
Yeah.
The other question, though, is because the 3DS has... because of the 3D element, it has to draw 2 screens at the same time. And so, like in the early days before the system was released, there were saying that the processor can actually handle more. It's just that because it has to draw two screens, that's why 3DS games look the way they do. Whereas they could actually look better.
So they
now that they don't need
the 2DS like more powerful or something?
That's the thing. Like, I don't think they can because it's being marketed as a 3DS game player. So, perhaps that means you can use cheaper chips of some sort, and then because they don't have to draw the two screens. But then, it's hard to say. Is like, how much could you strip out before the architecture is altered so much that it can no longer play 3DS games?
I was gonna say also on like the whole why I would want one is like just the convenience of never having to worry about the slider going up and being like, I have to fix it, but that's not fixing.
No, that's not a big deal. That's like
Tekken,
your volume is too high.
Tekken, if the government came to you and they said, Tekken, we're offering you a chance to have a wire plugged in the back of your head, and you can play video games in your mind, and you could download all your stuff, would you do that?
No.
Though you like all this download stuff.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want it hooked up into my brain. That's like kind of an important part of my body.
That's true.
If anything goes wrong, who knows what could happen.
It would depend on the risk, and yeah, what's the catch? The government just wants to help me play games?
Exactly.
Isn't that how the Matrix started?
Amen. Take the blue pill, Tekken.
It does.
Yeah, so that bit of news, if you didn't follow, a new 3DS is coming out, 2DS, coming out the same day as Pokemon X and Y, I believe is the new one.
Yes,
Might
indeed.
as well just make a bundle and maximize
The Christmas rush, absolutely. That'd be perfect.
$129.99. It will be in blue and red when it comes out.
Take the blue one, Tekken.
The other thing, the Wii U got its first price drop. The deluxe bundle is now $299 instead of the $349 that it was.
Is that the same price as the basic one now, or is the basic one still in existence?
I think they discontinued those.
The basic one was actually discontinued, so now it's all deluxe versions.
That makes slightly more sense.
I wasn't completely clear on this, but I think it still comes with Nintendo Land.
Yeah, it does.
Unless you buy the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD bundle.
That's a weird bundle.
The same day that the price drop happens, which is the 20th of September. And it'll be the same price. So essentially you get Wind Waker HD for free, although it is the digital version. You also get a Hyrule Historia, which was this cool hardcover book about the history of Legend of Zelda.
Isn't it a digital copy though?
Dark Horse, yeah. That's a digital.
Then you're all for that then. No, it just to let you know, $40. It's that book sells at our EB Games.
Oh
so that if you want to put a value on it, there you go. Though it's digital, so it's just whatever.
It's a good book. But yeah, digital part sort of takes away from the I don't know.
The whole point of it being a book.
It's nice. It's a nice feeling book.
Well, hey, all my comics are digital. I never talking about RPG.
Oh, see, I didn't say nothing because that would be poking the monster. But then you won't say it. Trust me, I have the same arguments with Tekken over this, but that's okay.
The Zelda bundle Wii U gamepad also has sort of Zelda themed decorations around the border, which normally would get me, but there's just
it's still a Wii U.
Yeah, for reasons.
I had that reaction too, Traffic. I was like, you know what? If this was the Twilight Princess on the Wii U and not just some, here's an HD game from 10 years ago that you already have, then I'd be like, okay, maybe. But now it's like, too late, Nintendo. Just like Microsoft, you're too late to the table of, oh wait, we changed our mind. Let's drop the price. I already took the shot. PS4 Peter, so it didn't happen, dude. And I changed my mind about canceling it, so I'm back on Team Sony to the end.
I'm not sure. I mean, while the price drop is great and all. I'm not sure. I'm still not sure if it's like going to be enough though. Because I mean, yeah, it's cheaper, but there's still the whole library issue of whether or not the support's going to hold up and stuff. So.
Well, so there's been a lot of articles today about is the Wii U's problem that it has no games, and it's true. Like I don't think there are any systems out there that are doing well or otherwise that don't have any games. It's just that I think when most people talk about it, they're not talking about the number, the sheer quantity of games. They're talking about
I agree.
Like the nope.
Like it's not to my taste or liking.
Yeah.
Because it's like I look at like the Wonderful 101 or Pikmin or like Wind Waker or even like going into next year, it's like another Mario Kart. I do need to play Mario Kart again. So it's like Smash Brothers. I'm going to get it on my 3DS. Like,
hey, listen, Mario Party 25 is going to be a great game.
Hey, you don't be making fun of the Mario Party series, okay? Just shut your mouth.
All 24 of them? Absolutely. They're all each and every number 12. Oh, what a great one! Have that extra game there you hadn't played before. Perfect.
Hey, what'd I just say? Shut your mouth.
But the thing is, I'm going to be very happy on September 20th when I come to the store and actually sell a Wii U. It'll be probably the first. It'll be the first one I've sold since it came out last November. So it's going to be. I might even have a balloon, and I might even give it to the person, as a celebration.
Throw some confetti in the face too.
I might thank you some confetti. I'll throw it right in the face, and I'll say, "Congratulations, you finally managed to do something that nobody else has."
I also think that this is like a Band-Aid solution because like this time next year, dude, it's going to be ugly because it's going to be like possibly if third-party developers just like be like F you Nintendo and they're like, we're not going to put our games on the Wii U, and it's like we had the situation where we had like Crisis 2 on 360 and PS3, but not on the Wii U. It's like all these AAA publishers are like,
EA? That's as simple as that. Where's the EA Sports ones? Oh, there's none there. Oh, there you go.
Well, they got burned on the Wii, so it's like they don't want to take the chance on the Wii U, and like since the numbers aren't there because they're not selling, it's like why are they going to bother? So it's like this the time next year it's going to be the same thing where it's like, oh well, Wii U's cheaper and has awesome first party games, but beyond that, if they're not for you, then you're just still not going to care. Like you don't care right now.
So here's my question to the three of you: how much would you pay right now for a Wii U?
$250.
200.
Yeah, 200.
Wow, 200.
Yeah, why not? They're not offering anything now that makes it worth that high a price.
I know, but like Wii U, like if Wii U came out at the same price as Wii, then like I'd have been like there day one, but it didn't. So.
See, yeah, it's I don't know. Maybe not even 200. I think 200 would be my max, because the thing is, there are games coming out for it, and if I was sort of rooting for Nintendo, then that would be really exciting. I think the people who own just a Wii U are getting pretty excited right now because they're about to get Wonderful 101, Pikmin 3,
Ubisoft games because
Rayman Legends, and just like those games are about to come out, and then in November you get Donkey Kong and the new Mario, and those are the games that people want.
And they can save up all their money for the whole month and buy that one game that comes out for each month for Nintendo.
Yeah.
There you go.
I just I think I'm on the same thing with Tropicals. Like 200 would be my max for it, mostly because I feel like at this point the Wii U is more of a companion console to something like I would prefer to have like a PS4 first, and then it's like okay down the line sometime like okay I guess I can get a Wii U because it's like super cheap now anyway. I think I got my GameCube when it was like $5 basically at that point when they were selling them. So it's like
it's on the side of the road.
Yeah, it's like here, just take it. It's like okay.
These won't all fit in my trunk.
Yeah.
Well, do we now feel that Nintendo is like a secondary kind of company then? Because obviously you guys are talking, okay, I'd rather get a PS4. I'd rather spend $400 than like say on a $250 or $200 Wii U. You want quality. You want a machine. You want a machine that will give you.
Well, the thing is like there's different things that you have to like compare, like when you're like looking at Nintendo versus Microsoft or Sony. Cause it's like as far as like online infrastructure goes, it's like they don't have the same setup, and then like
RPG started.
it's like really all like I would look at my Wii U for if I got it would be first party games and like if it's already on, watching Netflix on it, and like that's it. So
Okay, so I asked the question: how much?
And Miiverse.
How much would it have to drop for you to pay for this console? My next question is: how much do you think it's worth right now? With all the games in it, the console. If you had to give it a price and say this console is in theory worth this much money, what would it be?
Okay, well, as far as like what would it have to drop to? Well, right
now.
No.
No. I'm saying how much you think is it worth right now with all these games and this console? Is like okay, it's maybe worth maybe $150.
I'd say it's worth $250 to $300. Cause it has like this.
It's got
the
6
bundle
games.
Wait, it has 6 games with it.
Are
you talking about like a hypothetical?
Hypothetical. If it's like you're the one that, how much do you think this console is actually worth right now? It's been out a year almost. How much do you think it's really worth? Well, there's like 8 games for the system itself, blah blah blah. How much is it actually worth? It's not worth the price it is right now because nobody's buying it. How much do you think this actually is worth?
Wait, you mean so? Given the situation that
give a
the
price
console
so that
exists in, how much is it worth?
I'd say $199.
Probably 200. Yeah.
$150. That's how much I think it
at best.
and that's pretty much $125 for the console and $25 for any of the games. Because in theory, what is there to actually buy for the system?
Yeah.
There's a lot of games. The thing is, it's just that they're not. They're not the $60 games that they claim to be. On
that's the other thing. We use $60 games now, so it's totally like, pass.
Do they?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like in the beginning, it seemed like Wii U could be the one console. You have the Nintendo games that you wanted, and then you also have the third-party games, and then there are even third-party exclusive games like Zombie U, and at the time, Rayman Legends. And yeah, Bayonetta 2, and just the Wonderful 101 is still one of those. But the thing is, like, that is evaporating. It's again becoming a true Nintendo console.
And I have PTSD from this gen when, like, the droughts, dude.
Yeah.
The droughts. Like, there's a year going by, and there's, like, maybe 1 to 3 months where a game will come out and be like, oh, man, Nintendo, awesome. Or, oh, this awesome exclusive Wii game.
I like for me, I think part of the problem is like I keep equating it to like the current gen consoles as opposed to like so the way I see it is like, well, I already have like a PS3 or whatever. It's like, why am I like what kind of value would the Wii U have for me now? Because it's essentially a current gen console. So
I do that too.
What's the point? So then when I look at it like that, then that makes me even less likely to buy it, especially with. Now we're about to enter the next generation of consoles soon, so it's like I just don't know if it has the value for me personally. Where I'm like, well, it just even with quote unquote future releases that may or may not be exclusive, it's just like
may or may not show up.
The other thing is we talked about it before is that if it's going to be a Nintendo games only console, then it's really about mechanics. Like, that's what Nintendo games are about. They're about interesting mechanics and sort of fresh experiences. And, in this world now, there are so many other places you can get that kind of stuff. You can get it on mobile phones. You can get it on Steam. Anywhere that sells indie games, you can get fresh, mechanics-heavy or, emphasized experiences. And you don't necessarily need Nintendo and their $60 Mario games. You can get $10, $5, even cheaper games that give you that same sort of feeling.
Because that was going to be my question. Is, in today's market, a Nintendo-only system going to be worthwhile? Will it be profitable? Will it be a success? And
it'll be profitable, but like not to the degree it was in the past.
Yeah.
Are you fed up with Mario?
Yeah. No Star Fox, no Cell, dude.
Like like Mario, Donkey Kong, they've all survived.
I'm not fed up.
The thing
is,
just
that,
if it gets down to Nintendo-only stuff, they don't have much.
And it's not only it's
not that they don't have much. It's just like the rate of releases is not as fast as like their competition.
When they're
look at
carrying
Sony,
the
it's like
themselves,
they have Uncharted, they have Heavy Rain, they have God of War, they have Killzone. It's like they have all these games are like they're at the same. It's like they have first party games, but they like put them out. And it seems like they're just the variety of them is and like what they do is different from what Tropical City. Where it's like it's not about the mechanics. It's about I completely forgot what I was going to say. Like character, story, like all the other stuff, and on top of like mechanics, it's like I'm getting a more wider variety of stuff on top of like interesting stuff like Journey or what's that game called, Flower, or like stuff like that, where it's like, oh, this is such a unique experience I cannot get anywhere else. Like, you know, as Nintendo, it feels like every time I play something, and then like there's been so many new Super Mario Bros. Games. They don't even feel like they're new Super Mario Bros. Games anymore. It's like old Super Mario Bros. We've made so many of them like lately. It's like I just feel like they're going back to the well. It's like I've played this like how many times before. I don't need to buy new Super Mario Land or whatever it is this fall. It's like whatever, I'll just pass on that one.
When they were
which is like the first one I'm passing on in a while.
Exactly.
So.
When they were the only game in town, that's when we were able to put, hey, Mario, there's Donkey Kong. But now there's so many options out there, just like Trop said. It's like, okay, you're giving me stuff that I've already played. Let's do something. I want different. I want variety. I want to see something. I want to go out there and see something different.
And related to that though, it's like also with like the whole gamepad thing. I feel like, well, I don't know if there has been released or whatnot, but I haven't like seen anything that I guess utilizes the technology in any like interesting ways or anything other than like a glorified inventory screen or something. And I think that's like another issue with like trying to sell the console to gamers or whatever, because it's like, well, why is this particular, I guess, hardware or gameplay, or how's it like adding to the whole gameplay mechanics or anything? Because I feel like at some point only Nintendo like does anything like really interesting with their own because it's their own tech. So I mean they'll try to do something different with it, and then you'll have like a few companies that will like do something interesting, and you'll get that one or two games every once in a while where it's like, oh, okay, this kind of justifies the tech or whatever. But then for the most part it's kind of just like it's just there, and it's like, why?
Yeah, I agree.
So
I would say that would be like their biggest hurdle as far as like from my standpoint. This like with the Wii U is because like last or like with the Wii, it's like they had Wii Sports and you played it and it's like, oh, you like had this aha moment. It's like, oh, I wave my hands around. It's like completely different because it's waggle. But then it's like, later on they came out with like Wii Motion Plus because it's like, oh, well, developers wanted to be more accurate, and then like nobody took advantage of it. So it's like, oh, well, it's like And now it's like Wii U comes out, but there's no like game like Wii Sports where it's like you play it and it's like, oh, well, I can see so many different uses of this gamepad and it's so much better and blah, 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 blah. It's like, not worth it, and move on. So sorry, Nintendo.
The gamepad thing is really interesting, especially right now in the context of this sort of connect with every Xbox One argument. Like a lot of people who are for it say, oh, because Kinect comes with every Xbox One, that means developers won't be afraid to use it, and then they're going to use it. But, that's the exact
but
same.
Nobody uses it.
Yeah, it's like that's the same situation as the gamepad, though. Like the gamepad comes with every Wii U, and yet we haven't heard of any worthwhile sort of uses of the gamepad since it came out.
Yeah, outside of what Nintendo does, it's like third parties don't really take the time to do it.
And even in some cases with their first-party stuff, too, because I've, seen, reviews for things like Pikmin and stuff, and they were like, well, the Wii U control, or the Wii Mote control scheme is actually better used for it than the Wii gamepad itself that comes, so it's like, it's almost like no one really knows what to do with it other than just like, well, it's there, so let's...
Well, some of the Rayman Legends reviews I saw were like, well, it's a lot... Well, it's not like it's exponentially, but it does add to the experience if you play it on the gamepad with other people in co-op.
That's the thing, I think people are, with the Kinect especially, it's just like, people are getting ahead of themselves. They forget that software drives hardware, and they're trying to make the argument that hardware is going to drive software.
Because that happened last generation with the Wii.
Yeah, but everybody got burnt on it. It was like, well, especially after Kinect and Move tried to be like, hey, me too. It's like, sorry,
kind of just started to feel gimmicky.
They kind of
and that goes
rained on Nintendo's parade.
That goes full circle as it was a fad.
Well, with the Wii though, it wasn't. People didn't want motion controls. Like most of the people who bought a Wii weren't like, oh my gosh, that controller that you move it and then stuff happens. That's what I want.
No,
what they wanted is they saw Wii Sports and they're like, I want to play that at home. And so it was software that drove the hardware there.
No, that I'll give you that, but they also said, hey, this is a chance to make my fat kid skinny.
Well,
that was the parents' view of it.
Going on, but
Yeah.
But yeah,
This will get my kid off the couch. Hey, that gets my kid off the couch. Hey, I can do that. Hey, you can swing your arm and like play baseball. Oh yeah, we can get that kid off the couch. All that time he's playing on the couch and all that, you can get him off the couch. Get him off the couch, Tekken.
See, yeah, even in that case, it's like it's not the hardware itself, because they could easily a jump rope will do that. It's
that parent letting that kid out in the street playing with the street.
That's right, I didn't hear you say.
Yeah, it's still the experience that they're looking for. It's not the hardware.
Yeah, I just remember like being so pumped up for like the Wii and like Kinect games that like did not materialize. Like, oh man, you could be a detective with a flashlight and all these other. I should just like save my ideas and like develop my own games. Whatever. I'm not gonna say what they were. And so like all these other crazy ideas, like the whole Hideo Kojima Solid Snake yell at me combat dude. Like, come on, that would be so awesome. So yeah. And then like Kinect 2 comes around, it's like, oh, we have all these way more awesome features, Tekken. It's way better than the last one. I'm like, yeah, sorry, dude. You burned that bridge when you tried to force it on Mass Effect. Sorry.
The slogan should be, now it works.
Yeah, right.
Aw, that's cruel. Anyway.
Better with Kinect, because now it works.
Yeah, I guess we've sort of moved on from the Nintendo stuff, because was there anything else? Nintendo-wise?
I don't have my thingy open, so...
It's the only stuff I saw. So.
There might have been, but whatever.
Okay. Well, while Tekken is making sure, or not, we just heard some interesting stuff about... Oh, okay, so after Gamescom, when the PlayStation announced their release date of November 15th, for some reason everyone is just... That made everyone super interested in when the Xbox is going to come out. And we already knew it was going to come out in November. Well, first of all, so they cut back on the number of regions that they were going to release in. And I think part of that has to do with sort of localization stuff, because they have voice control and they need to get all that working. But do you think possibly that has to do with manufacturing constraints?
I do. I think that, that they did not take their cues from the Wii to be like, we gotta have these ready to go, and get them out there, whatever. So it's like, we got 1 million, we're ready to do this. Let's go, Microsoft. Face, and then like Microsoft's like, dudes, localization. Could you use Kinect? Yeah. Or, I don't know. I don't know if that's like the case, but like to me it seems like it is, because they haven't said anything, and they haven't like said like when it's gonna launch. And like Gamescom is coming by, E3's coming and gone. PAX will come and gone, and they probably won't say anything, so it's like, whatever. At this point, I don't really care, though, because I'm not getting one, so...
Does that scare you? That, like, if you were going to buy an Xbox One, and you pretty much would want to see it beforehand, out and about at all these trade shows, and you're not seeing it. I got to try to believe Fan Expo. I think the PlayStation 4 was actually out in... playable, at least showing the videos from it, and the console was there, I think, at Fan Expo. So it was like, at least it's out there before November. Here's Xbox One, still no sight of it other than what we had at E3. Shouldn't that be worrying some people?
Not necessarily. I mean,
okay, I tell you what, if you
kind of is par for the course on a console.
If you put $500 into this console, Tekken. All right, let's put that in the scenario. You put $500 in, and it's now September or August 20-something. All right, and you got 2.5 months before it's supposedly being released. Aren't you a little bit worried about your $500?
Okay, maybe a bit. If it's like that's like less than 90 days, so yeah, maybe a bit.
Especially when you hear all the bad stuff that Xbox is happening to Xbox, and you're going, okay, wait a second, I haven't even seen, other than E3, an actual physical console. Or haven't seen any gameplay from it. I haven't seen anybody actually playing it, even on YouTube. Any developer kind of video, nothing like that. At least back when they're doing like the Kinect stuff, at least you had some little trial stuff on YouTube. You could see the video for it, and everybody was pissing on it. But I'm just saying, you're not seeing anything out of Microsoft, and they're going to take you for the blind allegiance that you are. That you'll buy it just because it says Xbox on it. Doesn't that worry you?
Well, I think the thing is, though, is like when, like maybe it's because of all the like DRM reversals that they've had, that they've like maybe, like it should be like software side doable, but like maybe there's some stuff they have to like to go in to like change stuff and like be like they can do it, yeah, but like because of this, it's gonna this will affect this and this will be a consequence. Like it'll like we won't be able to like put it out in public view for however long, but we're still gonna be able to like hit our marks of like when it's coming out.
But by not seeing anything, does that make you worried that there's a lot of things wrong with it?
If I was the hypothetical $500 down person, yes, but I'm not. So
yeah, this might be the wrong crowd to get a true reaction to that because we're just like, we don't care. Let them release it next year.
Like I'm ready for number 15. Let's do this. Watch Dogs.
Tekken's burned that bridge, and he put an Xbox One right on it while he's burning it down. Absolutely.
I dropped napalm on mine.
Fun.
The thing is, okay, well, trust me, I'm Mr. Sony man myself. But the thing is, you got to look at it from a business standpoint. If they're not ready, when do you admit defeat and delay it and go, okay, we can't do November?
They can't delay it. They have to hit the holiday.
I think they may be afraid to delay it. Is more the issue so much as they. Whether or not they should.
I don't think they're stupid enough to like have the issues that they had with like the Red Ring and be like, oh, we're gonna have all these manufacturing issues again. Let's go ahead and
it's like you're saying, Tech, and they're changing everything.
Or the fans.
Well, there's no ring on it this time, so it's okay. Everything's fine.
They put so much stuff into it, and then they reverse it. Yes, there's going to be some time they have to go back and tweak whatever they had to do. I absolutely understand that, but that is a very good case of something screwing up down the long run because, they have to test it now. They have to make sure that it works. It's like it's a lot more to be worried about if you're on the Xbox side.
That's true. Yeah, there's a lot of software tweaks that have to go in, and software tweaking is not an exact science.
Yeah, even like they said at a game or their Gamescom presser that they put out is like the whole like indie game and like you'll be able to like develop your own games from your Xbox One because they're all going to be dev kits. But it's like, oh, we'll release more details later. So it's like maybe they're just going to like push some stuff that they have to like patch later on, but still get like the systems out. It's just gonna like they're gonna have like more updates more frequently at launch, like the first 6 months, as opposed to like, okay, day one, everything's ready to go. It's like not so much.
Well, I mean, so we know that day one there is a patch because, and they announced this, is that they said that software development schedules are different than hardware development schedules. So the software will not be complete by the time that they're manufacturing the hardware. Presumably they are manufacturing the hardware now. That also comes from a report where they found that the RAM performs better than they thought it would. The CPU performs a little bit better than they thought it would.
Well, if it works.
Yeah, so like, because they know those things, that means that they're actually making them right now. Why haven't we seen any? Why haven't they announced a release date? It's hard to say. I mean, I think it was probably a hard decision to go ahead and say, we're not going to release in these regions. So, cutting from our 21 regions down to 13 regions, I think now it's coming out in in November. They probably didn't want to do that. And so, maybe that's why they've delayed a release date, because they're just like, okay, we had to cut that. Now what can we hit? Now we're like, aiming for.
It's like we can do like a domestic launch, but like worldwide, it's not going to happen. So let's just try to get that out the door.
So
they're cutting their losses.
I think maybe right now they haven't announced a release date is because. Not for any strategic reasons. Like a lot of people are saying, they're waiting for Sony to announce theirs so that they can jump in front of them.
Well, that should be
I think
already,
right now they're trying to see what they can hit.
Yeah, like I said last week, it's just like maximizing. At this point, it's just like maximizing the sales of like on launch, since they know they're gonna like sell them anyway because people are gonna line up and buy them. So
before anyone has any impressions of it. Online.
Yeah, well, that's probably the best. That's probably the best thing for them though, because it's like if you can get people to blindly buy something, you don't have to worry about any bad press or something coming out all after fact. It's like, well, we already sold our initial million batch or whatever. So
not necessarily. Remember the Wii U? Like, oh, look at this update. Hey, look how long it takes to download. And I remember that.
Yeah, but people had already bought the Wii U's at that point. So once again, like, it doesn't matter because.
Well, it's not like I'm just saying it's not like you can't get any like bad press from a launch.
Well, yeah,
like,
but I mean,
we sold them all.
once again, by then. Too late. It's like, yeah, we already got our first million out the door, so now we just fix this and we'll sell the rest of them from there. Well, I mean, it's true though. It's like it can happen. So it's not even, I don't know. It's just now if they were to delay their release date though, when would be a good time for them to actually release it though? Because if they miss the holiday season, like when else is there for them to actually like jump in on this? Because like. I mean, you can just be like, well, if that's the case, you could just release it any month after, I guess, November or December, but then there's not, like, any major consumer holidays where it's like, well, we can kind of ride on this and just...
First week of December.
I was going to say,
right into
January 2nd, because you want to start your year off in 2014 with Xbox One. Yeah.
I mean, even better, what? January 1st. Come on, we'll all be closed. But...
Wait a minute.
I mean,
people waiting out in line.
I'm fairly certain that it will come out in November. The question now is, what is that going to be like? Is it going to come out in all the territories that they've announced, or are they going to cut more territories? Are they going to, and they've done this before. They decided we have to hit this launch date, so we're just going to ship them regardless of their condition. And then, we had the Red Ring fiasco. And yeah, like that's been admitted. They didn't care as much about the quality. They were just like, we need to get these out, and that's what they did, and that's why they all failed.
Actually, I think with like all the stuff that they've done, it's like, oh, well, like now the Xbox One can regulate the heat that the system has and cool itself. It's like they can probably go ahead and do that job and be like, you know what, we've got it down, we totally fixed that thing, and that was like number one on our list. Let's go ahead and like get as many as we can, and like not worry about the consequences because we totally fixed it, dude. And we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Yeah, like I don't think they can miss the November date. They are going to do it. I just don't. It's hard to say what that launch is going to look like.
So November 15th we have the PS4, we have the 2DS, and and we have when's the price? Oh, price drop's having September 20th for the Wii U.
Yep.
So the next price drop will be November 20th. But so basically,
maybe like their anniversary of it too.
Exactly.
Like,
2-month anniversary, you're dropping the price again. So basically, if they have to get ahead, it has to be that date. They have to get that date right down pat. If not, just do it in December and say we're now even for Christmas. We took an extra month. Hey, we're your Christmas gift, and they can still sell as many as they could.
I was also going to say maybe they could launch it whenever the next big exclusive is. Like if Titanfall is next spring, which it probably isn't, or whatever their big spring exclusive was, they could be like, all right, well, only on Xbox One you can play this game, and it's so awesome that you're going to run it and buy it with your Xbox One. Killer Instinct or something.
They have to do it this season. They have to do it in this quarter, and they have to do it by Christmas. And so,
yeah, I agree.
If they have to take a whole month to get all this regional stuff down pat, if they have to get all the little tweaks and all the little because they cannot afford another Red Ring. They can't afford nothing. This got to be like the smoothest running machine ever because people will be looking at it and waiting to see that mistake because all those guys online will be just harping as soon as it happens. One person, I swear to you, one person gets something going wrong with their system, it'll be like Armageddon. They'll just blow up like crazy. Only one. There'll be 1 million sent out. One goes bad. It's Armageddon. You know as much as I do. So basically, they're going to try to fix it all. Go out in December. Here's your Christmas gift for you, boy. Go enjoy yourself. Or girl, but mostly boy. I'm just saying there's more boys that buy the Xbox than girls. That's all I'm saying.
Well, so a little news tidbit here. GameStop Expo was going on today and yesterday, I believe, and they announced that all general managers at GameStop stores, like 6,200 of them across the country, are getting free PS4s with 6 PS4 games and Beyond Two Souls on the PS4.
Wow.
Oh my.
Yep.
And then
That's nice.
the next day, they announced that they're also getting Xbox Ones.
Oh.
So,
is it like to go be a manager real quick, or what's going on here?
It is too late.
Damn. Doorstep.
Yeah, that's
Actually, there was something about like Microsoft employees get an Xbox One or something.
Microsoft employees.
Like the launch edition that's white.
Yeah, if they work in the Xbox division. It's weird because they just reorged and there is no Xbox division. But anyway, they are getting white Xbox Ones. And everyone thinks they look better, apparently. And then Microsoft came out and was like, oh yeah, we might sell these later on.
Yeah. Well, to the GameStop thing, because I, of course, like I've mentioned before, I work at EV Games. It does happen. It does happen that they go to these conferences and then this stuff happens, and it's like, wow. So that's when you really be nice to your boss. And hope that Christmas comes early, like November 15th. Ding.
That is a nice perk.
It is.
That's a crazy good one. I don't think I've ever heard of any getting 2 consoles on launch day before.
Amen. That's right.
6 games, no less. Are these like multi-generational games though, or these are like straight up?
The release ones, right? Yeah, the launch ones. Yep. Here's all your launch. Because when they come in, these guys, they say, "Hey, what game should I get?" That's what they want. So they give them the games to play or try out and say, "Okay, you tell these guys when they come in what games to get." Okay, Watch Dogs. Okay, I played Call of Duty Ghosts. It actually plays very well, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that they want to get that. They want to. Because that's the upsell, right? You're going to buy a system, you're going to buy a game for it. What do I get? And then that's up to the managers who are there most of the time, 40 to 48 hours a week, to tell them exactly what.
I've never actually spoke to a GameStop manager since I've ever gone. So
well, Tekken has done this before. I've done this before.
Because I've only ever oh, what was that? That was weird.
That was
that was strange. But I've only ever spoke to the straight up employees there, and half of them are pretty incompetent. So, but it's I don't know. I'm just I wonder because now knowing this, I might specifically ask to speak to them just to see what we can get out of them and their impressions and stuff. It's so.
I wonder if a bunch of them would just be like, "Oh, I sold it."
It's oh, did you now?
I scalped it on eBay.
I wouldn't be surprised if actually some of them did do that. But would they be allowed to? Well, I mean, I guess
they get in trouble if that happened. I've heard that from managers we shouldn't do that. That should not happen. So
yeah, because that kind of seems
they get
shady and stuff.
Well, let's just say if that happens, then there's a manager spot for all you for next year.
Right.
For your Wii U.
It's true, because they already blew their load on all these perks this year.
That's right.
Free 2DSs for everybody. It's oh,
yay! With the matching fanny pack. There you go.
I quit. Right now.
Yeah, I guess I wanted to briefly talk about, and I think, Buff, you may have talked about this on your podcast. So Xbox announced more details about their indie games program at Gamescom called ID at Xbox, or I think that's what it's called. And yeah, essentially, they're also going to try to court the indies now. And it occurred to me that it seems like a lot of times when I'm talking to people who really love Xbox, they don't care about indie games. And it's totally
Target Attack Deathmatch, that game.
Yep.
Check it out.
Yeah, who do you
played
shoot?
it.
Who do you
Which
shoot?
one? It was fun.
Well, have they ever had a really strong indie showing though?
So that's the thing. I see 2 possibilities. One is that maybe the Xbox crowd is really, really they've been really burned by indies, perhaps, because they had the indie community games section. What was it called? Xbox Live Indie Games. And, there were some good games in there, but most of it was garbage. And so their vision... Because I remember when Sony announced, oh, we're really going indie, and you just, you see lots of the comments on these articles, and it's just indie games are crap anyway. We have so many on Xbox, and they they all suck. So indie games suck. And that's one possibility I could think of. And the other one is maybe because of the sort of mainstream and like the hits that hit Xbox 360, that crowd is just not into indie games. They just want to be able to shoot stuff.
Amen. Now here's my thing. Xbox is very good at finding something that people are doing right and taking it and trying to make it into their own. We talked about the Wii, and we talked about how they went and made the Kinect for it. Now, of course, Sony did the Move too, but Kinect was the official first thing that who copied off Nintendo. Then Sony came quick and tried to do their own version. Now we have Sony, who did, well, let's top it all, the indie games that they had come out, Flower and Flow and all that kind of stuff. And now Xbox saying, man, a lot of people are what one game of the year? What was nominated? We had what was it, Journey or what?
Journey did, yeah.
And all of a sudden, Xbox said, wait a second, that game is what, an indie game? Pretty much? Somebody just made that up? Okay, well we should get into doing that too. Why not? Why is Sony getting all these guys? We should do ourselves too. And we should go. It's basically they're taking what everybody else is doing and trying to make it their own.
Okay,
but the thing is, their clientele do not want, like Trop was saying, don't want that. Unless you're shooting somebody in the head, they don't want it.
Actually, it's funny because like there is that there's an open world zombie game on Xbox Live, and it like broke the Xbox Live arcade record for day one sales.
State of Decay.
Yeah, that one. So it's like that might be true. It's like
but also,
depending on like what the genre is.
But also saying that, what is the hottest selling game for Xbox probably this year?
Call of Duty.
So, I was about to say something Call of Duty related.
Ghosts.
Minecraft.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Forgot about that.
Forgot that was a thing.
And I go back to my experience at the store. Kids were coming in. Can I have I need 20,000 points for whatever it is. I need the points for this. Okay, here's $20. Boom, thank you very much. And then when the hardcover copy came out, because some kids don't have online because people on there talk very bad. So basically.
Some of them are the kids that are.
And some of the kids, exactly. But the thing is, they came in every day. Do you have the hard copy of Minecraft? I said, no, it's not until 2 weeks. And they go, oh, man. And then they come
Okay, can I ask you a quick question? Like, what was the age range of the Minecraft player?
It was 11 to 14.
Okay.
And that's pretty much, I don't want to play this. And the parents don't know, but they know it's not about swearing or killing, shooting people in the head. And they go, hey, you're building stuff? Oh, well, we'll go on like that. That's great. That and that's, again, you look at the people at Microsoft and say, man, we're making a lot off this game right here. And it's not shooting people in the head. It's kind of a little indie. These guys came out of nowhere, made this little game, boom, boom, boom. Hey, let's go put some more money into that as well.
Because they use that as a selling point for the Xbox One, too, during their conference.
Yeah, the Xbox One edition of Minecraft.
Yeah, but
Sony has Minecraft. Well, not the Xbox One edition, but like the old edition.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's all about the taglines when you're doing your presentation. Hey, we said this, we said sports, we said TV, we said this, we said that, we said TV, we said sports, we had TV and sports. They said everything but the games.
Like, were there TV?
Indie TVs and all that. It's just a selling point that when these reporters say, oh, they said stuff about sports and TV and all that, for all the people who don't really give a frick about games, which is sad people. But at the same time, it's the indie games, and they just want to get into. They know there's money, potential money. Now there's gonna be a whole bunch of clunkers, but the ones that succeed, could turn into a potential Minecraft for them, and that's a hell of a lot of money.
So the question is, though, then. Like, why is Minecraft successful on the 360 if we think that their clientele might not be into indie games at all? If they bought the 360 because it is the shooter console and they play shooters, like, why is Minecraft so successful?
Because it was successful on PC first. And therefore, there was a bit of a rage towards it. And all of a sudden, hey...
It'd be more of like a word-of-mouth kind of thing.
Yeah,
people are just like, well, if everybody else is playing it, I don't want to be left out.
Like Angry Birds.
So we do think that it's the shooter people who are playing Minecraft? Or do we think it's kids?
It's the kids. It's the kids.
Like the $200 Xbox 360 Arcade Edition.
Yep.
And they're getting Minecraft.
It's kind of like back to the analogy about the Wii and the parents who want the kids off the couch. It's the same thing here. I don't want my kids shooting people in the head. Oh, this game makes you build stuff and use an imagination? Oh, there you go. How much is it again? $20.
Worst
buy
parents
that.
ever.
How much is that game where you're the zombie and you shoot the people in the head? $60. How much is it? $20. Buy me 3 of those games. There you go.
Which kind of defeats the purpose, but that aside, it's like I think it just demographics are just weird. They're kind of like hard to, I guess, gauge anyway for stuff like that. Because I mean, it is very possible that even the shooter crowd is kind of flocking to this because, if I'm not mistaken, you can interact with people online in Minecraft as well, right? Or is it just like a solo kind of thing? Because I mean, I've never played Minecraft before, so I don't know, but the whole mechanics behind it or whatever. But I mean, if it's like if all your friends are playing this game and then they all jump to this other game, and it's just kind of like, well, I mean, why not just play Minecraft too, since everybody else has it? Then I can do other kinds of things that aren't shootery and like hit people in the head with my pickaxe and all that other fun stuff. So I don't know. It's just,
wow, that kind of makes me like wonder like what the ability of a game to go viral is like based on like the skill or like how big of a like as opposed to like a downloadable game like Minecraft versus like a AAA game that's like super long like Ni no Kuni or something.
Ugh, that game.
Yeah. So I guess, yeah.
Hey, this now gets me to tell you to shut your mouth.
Oh, really?
Ni no Kuni.
Oh,
that's right,
really?
Mario Party. Oh, really?
First of all,
So,
I have reasons for liking Mario Party. I'm not saying they're wrong.
This has been an hour in the making. All right, you bring it.
I'm not saying at all that Mario Party games are like awesome games or anything. I'm just saying that they're fun to play with people, and I mean that's pretty much the only reason why I played some of the Mario Party games, is because they're fun to play.
Exactly.
But
I'll
you know,
give you
Kuni on the other hand, I've already gone on my rants about that in previous podcasts, so we're not going to start that.
Yeah, I should have used like Dark Souls as an example or something.
Ni no Kuni was a brilliant game. It was one of the very few games I actually bought the hardcover edition just so I can make sure I get all the... You can't go wrong with a level 5 game. You can't go wrong with that. That was a beautiful game.
Says differently, and yeah, we all know how that turned out.
The guy lost his mother.
Yeah.
Be nice to him.
Well,
and he was able to go to another world where his mother was a sorcerer, and then she died too.
Whoa!
Spoiler.
Seriously. Going into this right now. Do not. I refuse. No.
And you get to ride a flying dragon.
What were we talking about?
Anyway, yeah, so I wonder if the Xbox indie sort of play is actually going to really play out for them. I think it's going to be a slow uptake for the Xbox One, simply because the PlayStation sort of community, I think, is more open to these sort of different and weird games, and just games that, you know, I guess people who are really loyal PlayStation fans have been playing games for, a long time now, and you can't play the same thing for
1996, dude.
that many years. So, indie, I don't know that the same thing can be said for 360 fans.
Is it too late to save them? 360 fans?
I don't think so. But it depends. I think it depends.
I was saying that we've been talking about them being just people who shoot people in the heads for the most part. There's other people who actually, play other games on the system, but the number one thing is, I want to shoot you in the head. Sony at least gives you some other options. See, I've been fighting with this with one of my guys on my side, and he's going, "Oh, okay, so give me a couple of comparisons then. Let's go. You want to throw me?" And so he's trying to, let's go with I know you got Call of Duty, you'll say that, and then we got BioShock. What are you doing there? Oh, he's shooting people in the head. Oh, okay. And every game he was except for Fable, it was mostly dealing with people shooting people in the head. So again, now we're offering a chance to do. Now we're doing indie stuff. Is this a chance? How big of an impact will it make? You need one big winner, and you have Minecraft, so you need something really quick to be there and take the lead, because it's going to soon be the wind down. You need that, and you can have a whole bunch of clunkers, but as long as you have one, then you've proved your point that you can get that game out there and be indie. And
I wouldn't say a whole bunch of clunkers. Like, you can have like multiple ones of like smaller scale and like not be as big as Minecraft, and just like they will lead that person onto like a different like type of games that they're playing. Because like I remember after I played Braid, dude, I fell in love with that game, and then like that, and I started playing like all those like weird smaller games after that. I can't remember which ones, but like that, or it's just like looking out for them, like Limbo and like Flower and Journey and stuff. I haven't played Foe yet. I played Everyday Shooter the other day. It was not easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. Yeah, I guess, you know, the people who just want to shoot other people in the head,
if there's a percentage drop, how much do you think of Xbox players are the shoot people in the head, in percentage-wise?
I love that. You say that. Shoot people in the head.
I think at this point, it's probably 50% or less, which is a large percentage, but perhaps not as dominant. I don't know. I think that people who want to shoot other people in the head, they just want to play. You know, they care most that the game is fun, or you know, they're not really in it for like, oh, there's like deeper meaning. You know, The Last of Us would be very frustrating because there are long stretches of not doing anything, and
not shooting people in the head.
Yeah. And you know, games like Flower, which are just not
violence at all.
Yeah, you know, with the PlayStation library, you get not just like, it's not about variety. It's like what it gives to the player, and you get lots of different things from different games. Whereas I don't know that people who just want to shoot other people in the head are even looking for those. When they see those, they're like, that's, you know, I'm not interested in that. That is a waste of time to me. I want to play with my friends and beat other people up by shooting them in the head.
So you're saying it's 50% people shooting people in the head, and the other 50% is teabagging them when they're dead.
Well, not everyone is good at shooting other people in the head, so yeah, some of those people are just people who are being shot in the head, and then the rest of them are like, I mean, I know people bought Xboxes for Kinect, so there are some people playing Zumba out there.
Yep.
And then they're
really
that's 1%.
You know, Minecraft is out there too. As my computer isn't good. I'm 7 and I got an Xbox for Christmas, and then I got Minecraft because I can't play M-rated games.
Because my parents are jerks.
Didn't beg them well enough is what it is. I've seen kids in GameStop before when they're like, there'll be parents buying it, and I'm like, I'm sorry, how old is your child? Because I feel like he might be like 10 years under the age range here.
Yeah. Kid came up to, what game was he getting? He's getting an M-rated game. It wasn't Call of Duty, but it was another game. He says, yeah,
Duke Nukem Forever.
I'd like to buy this game. Yeah, but let's just say it was Duke Nukem Forever. He says, yeah, can I buy this game? I'd like to buy this game, please. I said, how old are you? 13. You're not buying that game. Kid, nice try.
My mom says I can, and then they bring the parent in who still buys it for them even after all the warnings. And it's like,
absolutely.
Well,
and I give them those warnings. I said, you know, this game has, you know, nudity and shooting and blood and guts and shooting the people in the head and all that kind of stuff.
It's like, oh, it's fine. We need a babysitter for Friday night anyway.
I know. This is the thing. Oh, I know. He plays those games all the time. It's okay. His friend has that game. It's okay. They played. It's okay. So
I think that's like a funny thing of like how Call of Duty has like become the new Madden. It's like what happened to like when kids just played sports games. Like I didn't know. It's like no, they Call of Duty. They shoot people. Oh my gosh! What am we living against? I know guy in the corner.
The current generations have gotten a lot more bloodthirsty than.
Although to be fair, Call of Duty, like the worst part of Call of, like the most objectionable part of Call of Duty is actually the online interaction with other people. That is the worst part. Because if you just look at the mechanics, it's basically really fancy laser tag.
Yeah, like we said weeks ago, you run around, you shoot, and you reload, and that's basically all you do.
Like, no one actually dies. You come back, you get to choose when you come back. So you can come back instantaneously, or you can watch who laser tagged you, and then you come back.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is the farthest thing away from killing people that I can imagine.
Like laser tags with bullets.
I'd like to tell a story of
what laser tag is.
Yes, of an online game that I played back in my youth with some Gap people. It was called SOCOM, and I died many a times, pretty much in the first 30 seconds of the round because I sucked, and I'll be the first to admit it. But it was fun watching other people, and they weren't shooting people in the head. Sometimes they were hiding in the dark corners with lady friends talking with them. Isn't that right, Tekken?
Tekken and Jenna.
What are you talking about?
Abandon will always have a special place in my heart.
So nice.
I miss Abandon. If Abandon was able just to download just that level, I would pay $10 just for that level to play with everybody again. But not in the daylight. That level sucked when they did that. It had to be in the darkness. That was the fun time. I loved it when it was. You didn't know who was coming. It was very near the Jenna. But that was good. So that was great.
Once again, there could be kids listening. So yeah. Gonna tone down on our innuendo.
What I mean by that is that they would be down, and then they start jumping around trying to shoot each other. And you go down on the one end.
You're really not
no hiding around the caskets. They're hiding around. They're trying to shoot each other. It was crazy. I'm the new and improved. I don't say bad things.
Well, that's a lie. And oh.
I save all that talk for the Xbox. Anyways.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Just some stuff to think about that I've been thinking about.
I found the stuff on Nintendo I was going to talk about.
Oh.
It was just game releases of like Wonderful 101 is September 15th, Wind Waker HD September 20th, Wii U Party or Wii Party U October 25th. New Super Mario World, but not new, November 22nd, and then Donkey Kong, December 6th, and then Wii Fit U and the Sonic holiday games are both holiday, and Zelda 3DS, the 22nd of November, and what's this one? The Mario Party game on the 3DS is also November 22nd. So, every month you have a game for Nintendo if you own their platforms.
It's good to have a 3DS.
And nothing else.
Any of these for... It's like, no Wii U titles for me. So.
Well, it's like, it's weird though, because like, as you see like the Wii U struggle, like the 3DS is on fire, because like, there's like, I can't wait to play Batman on my 3DS because I don't have a Vita yet, so. So I'm not sure if I want to spend the money because the games are like the same coming out, so we'll see.
I just want Sonic Lost Worlds, and I don't have a Wii U, so...
Almost there.
$150. That's all it's worth.
But you know...
Oh, sorry. All those games that came out, okay, $155. There you go.
But then you can put that towards like a next-gen console, though.
Exactly. Thank you.
Because it's so close to release. Oh. And they are prettier.
And they might work.
Well, let's hope so.
Online, that's right.
So I guess finally, I would like to hear why Tekken is back on board with the PS4.
Alright, dudes. So, PS4...
Dudes.
Okay, dudes. So what happened was...
Dudes.
I was all like weighing my options here. I was like, I could wait it out. I could still afford it and like, pay it off when it gets here and like I ship from Amazon. But then like at the time I pre-ordered, I was like, dude, I got all these games coming out. I got freaking, Beyond Two Souls, it's on PS3. Gran Turismo 6, it's on PS3. South Park Stick of Truth, on PS3. Batman Arkham Origins, on PS3. Splinter Cell, on PS3. Payday, PC, like, it's on PC or PS3. It's not on PS4. I need a PS4. But then it's like, Watch Dogs, it might look really awesome on PS4. And that's kind of like one of the games I'm looking forward to the most. Yeah, GTA 5 will be awesome, but I'll play the crap out of that by the time Watch Dogs is here in November. I'll be like, cracking out. I already took vacation, so it's like, I'll be like, 7 days of like, cracking outness and like, not sleeping, and it'll be crazy. But then it's like, what do I do with my PS3 funds done? Like, I got a backlog, but I got plenty of time for that. So it's like, you know what, dude? It's cool, because, my work was all like, oh, look, we made our profits for the quarter. And I was like,
there you
what?
Go.
And they're like, oh, dude, like, how much money are you getting out of your paycheck? And I was like, oh, dude, that's not the PS. And that's like 80, like 90% of my PS4 paid off, so I don't even need to worry about the money. So, yay. So, yeah. Not a problem anymore, because I already paid for it.
I don't understand what he said.
Yeah, I don't think anyone did. I usually just nod at this point and for the best.
Basically, backlog, he has the rest of his life to play, and
but I mean, if that's
PS4 is paid for, so.
But by that logic, though, it's like buy any console.
And this time, I'm going to take it 1 month at a time. Like I've been doing it. I'm going to play those play this game's on backlog. It'll be on Twitch, backlog be down, and it'll be like 10 years in the making. But I will get there, and like sooner or later, that backlog will be like at least half.
Excuse me, I meant let's do this.
Oh,
There
the
you go.
thingy. Oh, now my question to you, Tekken, and this is to everybody because we're gonna get PS4s. We all know that. Are you liking what some these, at least for Call of Duty, is that you buy it for the PS3?
I don't play Call of Duty.
I'm just
This is
making
hypothetical.
I'm just making a story up. Go with me on this. All right.
Okay.
You buy
What's your story?
buy it for Ghost on your PS3, and then you can go onto your PS4 and buy it for $10 more. And then you can get an online digital copy for your PS4 for only $10 more because you bought the first one.
I live digital copies, so of course.
See, I like it, but I don't know that is how it's going to work yet. Because they haven't announced the details.
Yeah,
In the
'cause
case of the 360 one, you have to trade in your 360 copy, and then you get a $10 Xbox One copy.
Mhm.
And,
might, yeah.
it doesn't make sense to do that on the PS3, PS4 one, because the PS4 version is a digital copy. So who are you going to trade your PS3 copy into?
Yeah.
Are you going to send it to Sony, and then they're like, okay, now you have this coupon code for $10 Ghost on PS4. Doesn't make sense. So I'm hopeful that it is sort of a bundle deal like that. $60 for the PS3 one, $10 for the PS4 one, and it's been confirmed that it's one profile. So if you jump back and forth playing with different groups, you keep your progress no matter where you are.
Ah, very nice. And the thing is, it looks like that it might be that way with FIFA, and it might be that way with Madden as well, because it's that big. Like, I see there's still it to be released later on in the year, but it's obviously it might be going into. Well, we would have seen it already with PS3 with Madden if any of us got the game, but it might have been there. But of course, it wasn't because we would have heard about it by now. But it again. It's out there. Does that interest you? If they said, okay, you take your Arkham Origins and say, okay, you $10 more for your PS4, would you be you'd be jumping all over that?
Yeah, because you can like finish the game in like less than a week, and then be like, all right, PS4 version, let's do it.
It'll be all pretty.
No.
Yeah, it's like I can play it on copy
It'll be all pretty at first.
and then go to PS4. I'm like, wow, look at what I was missing out on. Like every time I play Final Fantasy 13 with my HD, and I was like, I played this in 480i for how long? I should just start the game over.
It's like a new game. That's what I like about PC gaming. You get a better PC, and suddenly all of your PC games are better. They run faster. You can set them higher. They look better. Cool.
I mean, yeah, the load times alone, dude, it's just like instant sometimes, or near instant. It's like, that is so much faster than console. Oh my gosh.
So you used to be able to play that load screen, but now it links and...
It's like, I don't even get to read the text anymore.
Yeah, it's like, I don't get any of the tips anymore.
Well, Tekken, I'm very glad that you got your quarterly bonus to get your PS4, and I'm also very thankful that you will be doing that special dropping boxes off the truck for some of us here to help us out.
Okay.
Make it a couple extra boxes. What's up with the PS3, the 12 gigabyte? Does that make it like 3 times better than the Xbox Arcade?
Wait, they're releasing a 12 gigabyte?
They have
Yeah,
been
$199.
one-upping Xbox in that fashion a lot recently. Yoast was tweeting that 32 is greater than 13, referring to the number of regions that they're launching in. Xbox announced, what was it, the legendary 15, was it? The 15 exclusive games?
That was ridiculous.
And then Sony came out and was like, oh yeah, so we have 20 of them.
That was beautiful. We have like 8 Wi-Fi studios working on games right now. And then that Gamescom, they came out again, they're like, yep, Naughty Dog's working on a game, Sony Santa Monica's working on a game. We're not going to show you or tell you where, but they're in the works, so look out for that.
Well, it all started back with the whole borrowing video, and then how much fanfare that came out with. And said, well, let's just keep upping them and just showing how much we can kick in their butt, and it's been working.
And it's great.
Baller.
And it's great, man. Now I like, and it goes back, and like for the PS4 as compared to the Xbox One, in pre-orders at my store, I took a look at the numbers. It is 3-1 PS4 to Xbox One. So it's even after the big reversal of fortunes for the Xbox, saying, "Hey, we're going to give you everything you want now. Stop yelling at us." It's still not enough to stem the tide. So I don't know. Maybe that's my store. Maybe it's a whole different kind of geography or region, whatever you want to call it. But unfortunately, it's looking, at least from our store, is that we're having a lot more success with the PS4 for the next generation.
Well, at least that'd be good for Sony, since the
I know, right?
previous generation may have been not so much in their favor in comparison. But I mean, well,
like Jack Tritton said at E3, it's like, dudes, we got your back this time. We won't do like we did last time. He didn't say that, but it was like, same meaning and stuff.
Even though he is like the most corporate of them all, he still is pretty. Like, I'm okay with watching him. When I watch Phil Spencer, he's got that weird grin. It's like, I'm hiding.
And he has like that hand in his pocket. You don't know what is in his pocket. Like,
So, like, you watch Yost, you watch Jack Tretton, you watch Andy Boys, is that his name? You watch them, any of the Sony guys that are coming out, it's like, they don't have that corporate air around them. Oh, except that Michael Denny guy. Man, how did he know where the camera was? I think it was really far, and he was just like looking into it. Like, this is freaking me out.
He's trying to look into your soul.
But it seems very, I don't know, they seem personable.
I agree with that.
Poor robotic Don Matrix. I forget who wrote that, but I was like, huh, he does remind me of a robot.
Alright, so, do we have anything else to discuss in this current thingy before we move on to the stealth stuff?
Do we want to do the stealth stuff? Because, well, how long was
skip
it?
it.
Yeah, this seems long.
We're at like 90 minutes already.
Oh my.
I guess we'll skip it again. Because it's not, the point of that one is that stealth seems to have been everlasting, which means that we can talk about it at any. When we run out of topics to talk about, we will jump on stealth.
Or when we have the time and we do not just go through the aimless island on our aimless mobile. I just made that up.
No.
And our aimless mobile is whatever it was to be.
Segway.
It can be fancy or... Okay, I'm stopping.
Stop.
Sorry. But, just want to read some tweets from some other friends of the podcast. Like, Yukino, she's all like, when I was talking about, 2DS, like, that's going to get weird, talking about that on top of 3DS and whatever. Like, that always happens. Like, Xbox One, you can't say Xbox One anymore because it's OG Xbox or whatever. So, she's like, for small kids who are rough on systems, trust me, worked at GameStop, saw what they can do. Think one solid piece is good when I was talking about I don't like that it doesn't fold in half or whatever. Let's see, Gamer, I don't think the design is bad. It's just that they are fitting the screens from the 3DS onto the one-piece design. It's awkward. And then Sinister Dragon says, can't you turn off 3D? Why would you want a new system for something the 3DS can do? And the design is stupid. Gamer812, again, you can turn off 3D. I think this redesign is geared towards children. Sinister Dragon responds back, I feel that Nintendo always designs their hardware with children in mind. I don't understand the need. $40 is worth the clamshell in itself, natural screen protection and all. Gamer, I don't have the issue with the screen scratching since I don't take my 3DS outside. It's one of the reasons why Amazon and Nintendo hate each other. And then Sister Dragon is all, I don't get the appeal getting this over a 3DS from parents' standpoint. $40 is not just a justifiable reason lower 3DS price.
That's a 3DS game right there. So,
Amen. Yeah. Are we being grumpy old farts by arguing about this? Especially when they're talking about, okay, this is geared for children. Are we just being grumpy? Are we just being like...
I do maybe a bit, since it is like, oh, this is for 7-year-olds, and we're all like, well, I want it to fold in half.
But the thing is...
Not buying day one. I am disappointed. Unsubscribe.
If you want the future you get the present. You try your best to grab as much as you can of the present to make the future yours. And that's what Nintendo might be doing with this 2DS. They're trying to get kids involved, like they did back, well, when they're the only game in town, they had all the business. But now we have competition. So what do? They aim for the younger crowd with the Wii, with the motion control, trying to get the parents involved, trying to get the parents to get the kids involved. But the thing is, it's a natural progression. It's okay. You're in the Wii, and then sooner or later you'll want to shoot people in the head, and eventually you want to shoot people in the head. You go up and you want to play these nice, lovely games on the PS4 and PS3.
Oh my!
But the thing is, you start with and this is what Nintendo wants the business for the next couple of years, so they make it geared towards kids. And if you should let the parents know that you can buy all these many different games, and at EB Games, you can get some of these games for $5 now. That's how cheap they are. You're looking at a very affordable alternative to anything else that's out there right now.
If they could pull a Sony and be like, you know what, we have digital games and they're just as cheap as Steam. I'd be like, yay, I'm buying one right now. So yeah, 2DS all the way. If they do that, that'd be awesome.
I believe that children are the future.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Let them lead the way. No.
Okay, well, with that, we'll end the segment and come back with what you've been playing. Back, second segment, what you've been playing. Who wants to go first?
I really figure these things out before we start.
I just wanted
you
to
know,
say,
I've been saying that this episode, and nobody listens to me, at least RPG.
What are you talking about? You just started
Individual.
immediately recording like right after our break, so that was on you.
I do that now, because back in the day, I'd be like, hey dudes, who's going to record in the first part of the segment next segment? And you'd be like, just push the button, Tekken.
I don't remember ever saying that.
Wow.
I feel like
I think I can't.
Now I know why it took so long for you guys to get to 200 episodes now. All the infighting.
You have no idea. You need like therapy after all this time. It's ridiculous.
Well, I'll go first to stop the fight. Stop it right now, Tekken. I'll go first.
Stop.
I've been playing Borderlands 2. I bought it last year used. 2 weeks after. I never played it till this month.
Wow.
I felt like Tekken with all the backlog. But I am thoroughly enjoying the game. Only level 15, a long way to go, but it's a nice game. I like the bad guy, Handsome Jack. He's hilarious just to watch all his interactions. It's a very good game. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I don't know if it's as good as Borderlands 1 yet, but the options are just, you can do whatever you want. It's a beautiful game.
What class are you playing?
I'm playing just the regular soldier dude.
That's the right answer.
There you go.
Why is that the right answer?
Yeah.
Because that's the class I play.
Because every other one's the wrong answer.
Do you want some phase locking? What are they called? Siren? No. Do you want some Gunzerker?
The Siren we played.
Some Gunzerker dude I can use 2 guns, huh? Or some assassin stealth dude with melee. It's all about this soldier dude. Just saying.
I miss Brick.
Yes.
Although now they have Krieg.
Oh yeah, and Gunzerker. I mean not Gunzerker, but the Mechromancer. I love the Mechromancer because I get to summon my Death Trap.
Yes, that one's fun.
And if your bullets miss, they do damage, which is awesome.
I like the fact I was called Minion for the first part of the game.
Yeah, that was great. Have you been playing anything else, Buff?
Other than that, and Tiger Woods, that's about it.
Okay. Oh wait, why don't you ever play with me in Borderlands 2 since you're playing it now?
Well, why don't you let me know?
Okay, fine. Just send me a message whenever you see me on, and I'll be there.
Excellent.
Unless I'm playing Mass Effect, because at that Mass Effect time is like.
Hey man, trust me. Trust me. I've already heard the preach from the pulpit of Mass Effect. Don't worry. I've heard your sermon, Mister.
Okay, let's go next at what they're playing.
And on the 7th day, killed a whole bunch of aliens.
It really is what he sounds like, doesn't it?
Shut up.
Well, so I've been thinking about what backlog means, and I think a backlog is like what games fall onto the backlog, and I think it is every game that is not the last one you picked up.
Yep.
That's a good answer.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's a lot of
because
games.
that's what happens. I had Dragon's Crown, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then that was the 6th. So 1 week passed, and then another week passed, and I got Blacklist. And then suddenly, I started playing Blacklist, and I was like, oh man, Dragon's Crown, I have barely played it. What does that mean? Like, is that in the backlog now? And
I had that happen with XCOM.
Yeah, I thought about it. I was like, yep. Oh man, it's in the backlog. So yeah, that's not good. So I haven't played Dragon's Crown. I did play the first mission of Blacklist. It was weird because I couldn't figure out how to mark anyone because it says R2, right?
Yeah.
But if you push R2 in the wrong way, and that is basically anything but depressing it completely and then immediately releasing it. Because I was like, I guess I wasn't pushing it hard enough, or I was pushing it too long. It just wouldn't mark anyone. And I remember Tekken had said, oh, the range is decreased on marking, or something like that. I was like, the guy is right next to me.
Oh no, it's on the mark and execute. Is that the range is decreased?
It's the execute part that's decreased,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, the marking isn't decreased, but it took me basically that entire level before I figured out how to mark people. And then, finally, like, oh, now I can do it. And so I only killed 3 guys, and it was like the last. Or no, I killed more than that. Yeah, I'm trying to go Panther.
Panther's the way. Because it's funny because I was watching Gamer's Twitch, and he was like, if you go stealth, you can't really do anything or have any fun. So you have to like avoid people or just knock them out. But it's like Panther is like. It's not going loud, but it's like you go violent, and they don't know you're there because you're a Panther with a gun, and then you're all up in their face, and you're like, ooh, I just slit your throat. Oh, I just shot you in the face. Oh, but I was across the stage, and like, got a silencer on it, and oh, because I'm a Panther, you don't know I'm there.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Sounds like a really
Panther all the way.
violent game.
Well, it's funny, like, early on, I kept messing up the stealth, because Splinter Cell stealth is sort of different than other stealth games. I guess it matters how far you're pushing on the stick for your movements. If you're pushing it only a little, then you're quieter, and then if you push it all the way, then you're even crouched. They can hear you, and so enemies kept hearing me as I creeped up on them. But then, and I think this is on Twitch, but yeah, I just walked up to a lot of different enemies, and they would get surprised, and then I would just take them out, up in their face. Which surprised me, because usually you can't do that in stealthy games. You turn around and what? Ugh. It's like, well, that was not particularly stealthy. Although,
yeah.
I guess it's okay. No one else noticed.
Panther style.
It was really funny. Yeah, once I finally got marked
Panthers,
down.
Though. We come across a lot of Panthers in our time. I do know they're like actually that stealthy.
Yeah, I'm considering whether or not I should live stream my entire playthrough, because I think it's kind of boring. I think it's more interesting to watch people. Well, I'll ask Tekken. Is it interesting to watch straight up playthroughs?
Oh well, we had this discussion, didn't we? Like about if you actually watch playthroughs, or was it just if you watch something else? I don't remember. Or wasn't it like when you were watching StarCraft replays?
I love Starscream. It's awesome.
Well, yeah, like I think before we talked about, do you like replays with commentary or without?
Oh yeah. Okay, well for me, wait, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
Like, do you watch full playthroughs? Like, is that?
I don't watch playthroughs, but I make them. So.
Okay.
Because like that's the thing about like YouTube is like I didn't know that was a thing until I like was on there like doing that, and then it's like if you want to watch my videos, then let's do this.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, well, with my setup, if I'm live streaming, then I have an inferior quality picture as I'm playing. So it's like the trade-off is I don't get to get the best experience from my game, but other people can watch me if they so please. But on the other hand, who is going to be watching this entire game?
There might be somebody who does.
Yeah, I don't really know, I guess. Apparently my playthroughs do have views. Like, that's weird. I would only watch the highlights.
But you can see how long people watch your videos for, right there, Trop? It's in your analytical stuff. So you can actually see, people, because I've put videos on, ranting about comics, and that's rude, Tekken. Anyways, but you can see people, you can tell the ebbs and flows and who comes on, who checks out the first couple of seconds, and then who sticks around, and like the jokey parts, who come back and rewatch it again, because you can see it's over 100%. So therefore, people have actually gone back and watched it again and again and again to boost up your stats, right? So,
I guess
as Tekken would say, check the little bar thingy under your video, and it'll tell you. And it'll tell you how, and it'll give you some options you can check on your time.
He would say that. Tough.
8 years.
I mean, I guess personally, I think I would rather watch either highlights or sort of, very defined shows where, for example, when I was playing Carnival Island, it was like, I'm going for this challenge. So you sort of understand, okay, this is the framework. This challenge is the objective. And then we just watch all the attempts. Whereas if you're just watching a playthrough, then you're just watching a playthrough.
Yeah, I had that happen to where in my playthrough, I was doing one of the side missions, but it was taking me like a bunch of retries to get past it. But then what I've been doing is I've been after I figured out I was just not going to do the side stuff during my playthrough. It was I do the whole playthrough, but then I do a highlight of the first 15 minutes of that playthrough. So if someone wants to watch beyond that, they can watch the whole part of that stream.
Well, do you guys enjoy watching the gameplay with the more vocal people?
I don't like commentary. It's weird. I like silent playthroughs more.
I think it kind of depends, because I don't mind if it's commentary during, I guess, more uneventful parts, because it kind of pads out the fact that nothing's going on. But if it's constant and it's over everything, and I'm okay, you can shut up now, I'm trying to see what's going on.
It's weird though, because I like commentary for movies, but I guess it's because it's the people that made them are talking about the creation aspect. But when people are commentary over games, it's I just want to have the game experience and not have the person there to be over that.
No. But wouldn't you if that's the case, wouldn't you rather just be playing it though?
Well, yeah, but I don't usually watch videos and stuff. So,
but for some people, it's to see if the game's actually worth picking up too. It's the best kind of commercial for your game, because you actually can see the gameplay and see, oh well, that's kind of cool. I to be honest, I went and I checked out the Deadpool. I know I heard it was fairly poor reviews. So, but there's a guy doing reviews, so I checked it out, and he at least made the game entertaining. And there's some stuff in that game. They went, oh, that's actually kind of interesting. Would I buy it full price? Absolutely not. Would I buy it used? I just might, because this guy has pretty much sold me on this game. And, of course, seeing all the cinematics. And he didn't talk over the cinematics, so you see all the great stuff that was involved with it, too. But at least I would not have thought in a million years to at least pick it up used if I hadn't have seen that video.
So there was commentary in the video?
Oh, the guy was just, it's one of those Tobias or whatever his name is. It's those guys who are the jokesters who make comments. And trust me, RPG, I absolutely agree with you. There's sometimes when these guys just go, you're not funny. You're trying to be funny, but you're not funny. I obviously understand that. But if at least this guy lets you see the gameplay and would shut up during the cinematics, so you could actually appreciate what the people who made this game was trying to do. And it was actually very nice.
Yeah, I'm okay with that kind of commentary. It's just the people who just don't know when to not be commentating kind of thing.
And the sad part is those jerks that end up getting all the views and subscribers and are living in their house in their parents' basement making tons of money.
Yeah, I guess it depends on. Well, man, I'm new to this streaming thing. I think it depends on what is the interesting part of a video. So, for example, I think Dead Space, you kind of would want not necessarily commentary, but you would want to hear the reactions of the player.
Well, it depends on the player, because if it's Tekken, you don't want to hear screaming, or if it's just going on, so.
Oh my god, so bad.
Oh man, I should do a Twitch of Dead Space.
Especially with his high-pitched girly screams when he gets really scared. It's like, oh boy.
It'd be nice. You could do that, Tag. Just first time playing. Just play it for the very first time. You don't know what's going to be around that corner, so boom, like that. That'd be perfect. first time playthrough with Tekken Master. And you
the
play
whole time I'd be like dreading it. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go around this corner. I don't want to go around this corner. Oh my god. Oh, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. Okay, keep going. Oh, check this room.
I can only imagine how panicky it would be.
Be so panicky and paranoid.
Actually, I'm thinking about doing that with a Fatal Frame on Halloween.
That would make a good Wii U game. Why have they not done that yet?
They're silly. Yeah, speaking of backlog, I finally played through 400 Days. Has everyone played it?
Oh, I still need to play
I haven't played it.
I played through it, but I haven't played through it for my playthrough that I did on PC.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't seen my decisions actually carry over.
Man. Exciting. Well,
is there a lot of carryover from the first season?
I don't know. See, it's hard to tell because I only play them once, and so I've only played season 1 once, and then I played 400 Days off of that save. So there was, I think, 1 mention or 2 mentions of stuff from season 1, and one of them was very overt and actually does have to do with one of your decisions, and the other one was just kind of, oh, yeah, there was those people, and here they are, and that happened, and I don't think I had any choice in that, but, well, here they are, this is what happened to them.
I think the other thing is, it's been so long since season 1 that, there might be other references that you just don't get because it's been such a long time.
Yeah, that's true. But, man, there was one part, I think J-Bond, he was watching my stream as I was playing, and so we were chatting about it, and there was one part where stuff went down, and it got out of hand, and I was like, oh, yeah, I feel bad about that. And J-Bond was like, well, it didn't seem like you had a choice, and this brought to my mind, this is why this game is so cool, and why you play it only once, because you don't know that you didn't have a choice. There's the cause and then the effect, and then it's what if I had done this? Could it have turned out differently? And if you actually go and try, oftentimes it couldn't have turned out differently. But by not trying, you sort of it hits you, and you sort of have to live with that. Yeah, that happened, and I don't know, maybe I could have done something and it would have turned out better, but
it wouldn't.
You don't know.
It's the Walking
Actually, that is what had me hyped for the they had a trailer for whatever Telltale's making next, that the Big Bad Wolf
the
game
Fable one.
Fable. Oh man, I'm so pumped for that. It's you're the investigator dude, and it's you come into the crime scene and there's this dude there. Oh, it's just
that
and
based
the
off
art style's the same.
an existing property,
yeah,
or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it seems like an interesting premise or something. I was like, huh.
But yeah, it has the same art style, so I automatically I was just hooked. I was I cannot wait for this game to come out. It's just oh.
Yep.
And then after playing 40 days, I was oh my gosh, season 2, when is it coming? It's Telltale, hurry it up.
I did not expect that to happen, because when you guys talked about it after playing it on the release week, you were sort of, it was sort of short. I don't know if it was really, I don't know. To me, it felt like you guys weren't super pumped about it. But when after I played it, I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see what happens.
Well, yeah, after, I don't know if I was down on it, but it's been a while since my highs come down, but man, it was nice to play it again and just be I forgot. Well, we were talking about I kind of forgot how to play the game because it's been so long.
Yeah, it starts with oh, I have to do something.
I forgot about all
I
the
thought it was a
prompts
cutscene.
When I talk about I stared at the thing where you pick the level for 30 seconds because I didn't know I was in game. I was oh, I'm at this picture board picking a level.
So those two. I picked up a Divekick last week and started playing that. I was very disappointed to find that there was no one playing it online at all.
Oh.
which is really sad because it's a fighting game, but there's no one playing it. The single player, I guess the AI is kind of stupid. It's really easy to exploit the AI, although it does seem to learn. So if you don't know the premise, Divekick it's a fighting game stripped of everything, and it's all about the mind games. So you got two buttons, dive and kick, and dive is basically jump, and kick is kick, and basically one kick KOs. So all you have to do is hit him once, and then so it's all about the mind game. You know, your jump is has a predetermined height. Your kick angle is predetermined, and you just gotta trick them into getting into position. Like, you can't even walk left and right. Like, you move left and right by jumping and kicking.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
And so, you're trying to, do a hit kick at the right time in your jump so that you come down at an angle that maybe makes them think, oh, now I can kick them here, but actually they miss, and then you're just it's all about the fighting game mind games. And the AI has no mind. Sometimes I'll start the match and I'll just stand there, and then the AI doesn't really know what to react to. So sometimes it'll keep jumping, sometimes it'll just do these half-hearted kicks at me.
Well, maybe it's because
kicks over. It's like, well, you got into my kicking range, you're screwed.
It's because you confused it by not moving, so it didn't know how to react. It's like, oh my god, what is he planning? What is he doing? What's going on over here?
It does get hard, though, because the later characters there are special moves, and I don't know how those are triggered at all. Like, the end boss is sort of like Seth in Super Street Fighter.
That guy.
So he has a ton of different moves and changes styles, and he has a fireball thing that holds you in place, and it's like, well, that's the death sentence there in Divekick. If you can't move, you're screwed. But yeah, the game is really fun. I can see this being the fighting game that I would go to when I have friends over, and they're just like, oh, we want to play something 2-player. This, you don't need to learn any moves or anything. It's just figuring out how to get the other guy to stand where you can kick him. Oh, and it's really neat. The rounds are only 20 seconds long, and the tiebreaker is a line will be drawn down the screen somewhere, and whoever's closest to the line at the end of the round, when the time runs out, wins that round.
Jeez.
So yeah, it's really designed to make you quickly try to get the other guy into kicking range, and then if that can't happen, then the line will force everyone to move around, and then maybe you can kick them then. Good game. Also on Vita, cross-buy, so hopefully more people will be playing it online. Maybe it was a weird hour when I was playing.
I just about to say, maybe just chose a strange time to play. Because 4 o'clock in the morning, Tropical is not the time everybody's up playing games.
Not a lot of people are playing games at that time, except shooting people in the head.
Amen.
Always time to shoot people in the head.
Apparently.
Finally, I got a Muramasa Rebirth on Vita.
Why?
Because it's awesome.
Did the Wii version of that have frame rate issues like Odin Sphere did?
Not that I recall.
I don't think so.
Okay, I was just wondering. So why is it any better than the Wii version?
Well, I've found that...
or Tekken.
Well, first of all, my Wii is in... not necessarily storage, but it really is in my closet. It is in my closet. Because I'm not really playing it that much, and it's a lot of wires for such a small box. It's got the sensor bar and AV cables and the power has a brick, and then it's another cable. So there's a lot of stuff with the Wii, and if I'm not playing it regularly, it's just this mess around my TV that I didn't really want anymore. So I put it away, and I've just found that it's a lot easier for me now to play stuff on my Vita, because I don't really get a chance to play in front of my TV that much now.
Oh.
And, yeah, like, there was a lot more to Muramasa than just the story mode. Because I remember the story mode was really short, yeah, even if you play as both characters. But there was a lot of unlockable things that I just missed out on. And I thought, I am in the mood to not only play different stuff, but to play things that I would never have thought about playing before. So, last week I was talking about World of Warcraft. I have not reached level 20 yet. I sort of, I'm in no rush. But it's just like, yeah, that's something I want to see. Skyrim is going to be something that I'm going to check out, because I have
Have fun with that.
Yeah, I don't know what that's going to be like.
Probably not fun.
I just want to, I don't know, I'm in the mood for something different.
Oh yeah, we had this whole buffet. I just remembered your buffet comment from last week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it better than Oblivion?
It's
my question.
I have no idea, because I didn't play that one either.
Well, that should go well.
Yes. Does anyone eat at buffets like that?
At, like, what?
The CC's count pizza.
Jeez.
What do you mean? Like,
Well,
you just
so, yeah, was it Naomi? She was saying the point of a buffet is to eat as much as possible.
mm-hmm.
And I'm like, no, the point of a buffet is that you can eat, instead of just one entree, you have 4 tables covered in different entrees. So you can have a large variety at a buffet, whereas you could not get that at another restaurant.
I know this. Where I work at DB Games, across the way is a Mandarin. Almost every night at work, the ambulance shows up at the Mandarin.
Huh. Wow. Well, that can't be a good sign. Or good for business.
Take that as, they're still busy as ever. It's like running a marathon. Somebody's going to die, but over 100,000 people. But it's one very unlucky person.
It's like, it just won't be me tonight.
That's
really
right.
Good odds. I don't know. I don't see the point in eating as much as you can anymore.
It's a test of endurance.
I never usually go to buffets myself. I only go when someone takes me to them. So yeah.
Yeah, because I haven't been to one in years.
You
But
get
when I
there
do-
and immediately start thinking, okay, which things are the most expensive? I should eat as much of that as possible. So
That's
no bread,
it's weird. It's
no
weird
water.
it's weird because when I was younger, I would do what Chapterclose doing, but when I'm when I go now, it's just I'm just gonna keep eating the same thing because it's delicious. So I just kind of eat more and nom. So I just crack out on it. So yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Grandpa.
Yeah, seriously.
Jeez, when I was younger.
I think more... yeah, right? I think the point of buffets, though, or part of it is, to try the different stuff that's available to you. It's not necessarily just stuffing yourself until you get an ambulance call to cart you out.
I feel like most people do it that way, though.
Oh, then they're doing it wrong.
They want to get the best value. Oh, I paid this much for this. I want 3 meals for the one I paid for.
They're doing it wrong.
They are. Very wrong.
And that's how I view games. It's not about gorging myself on the stuff that I like. It's about seeing everything that's out there.
Oh.
And that's why there's a thing called the backlist. That's right.
Backlog.
Backlog. And PlayStation Plus helps me. And Steam doesn't help.
Well, I don't know if that
does.
helps so much as it kind of exacerbates the problem, doesn't it? Cause
Enablers.
They're the fresh entrees that keep getting put out on the tube.
But then they keep pushing all your other ones back further before you even get a chance to try them or
It's funny because
enjoy
I actually bought 2 games on sale. I played a bit of one, but the other one is probably not going to get played for a while.
Because, even during, my brief trial when I had, PlayStation Plus, it's by the time I got, XCOM and all these other things, I was like, well, I haven't even played the games I actually bought, and it's these damn free games are causing those to get pushed into a backlog, so it's I don't know. It's not really helping matters at all. So,
When I was young, we didn't have PlayStation Plus.
Oh, here we go.
I suppose that is true.
Fair enough. But I mean, to be fair, when all of us were young, there were no PlayStation. It wasn't really, not really, yeah.
A thing.
Yeah. It's like that's true for everyone, not just you.
Back in my day, we had here that. Or Netflix, yeah. There's no videos, man.
I just download now. That's it.
I'm sorry, just to go.
Good old D-roll.
Just had to bring it up.
Never at my skull.
Yeah, that's what I'm playing.
Okay, you want to go next RPG or me?
I could. I mean, I've only been playing like 2 things, so it's not that much. But I've still been trying to make my way through Shin Megami Tensei 4, mostly, somewhat. So that's been happening. I picked up. Oh wait, because I was here since. I was here. I mentioned Tales of Xillia before my absence, right? Before I was not here for like however long.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We know that you have it.
Oh, well, yes, I do have it. I've been making some headway with that at least, so I was able to play that. Yukino was all trying to make fun of me, saying I wasn't far enough when I like tried my attempted streams or whatever, and I was like, whatever, because she probably plays it on like easy or whatever. Like she plays all the games that we both have together, and I'm like, don't try to compare my playthroughs with yours when I'm playing on higher difficulties and you're playing on like super easy. So no, don't give me that, because she did the same thing with like Nights in the Nightmare and all the other games we play. It's like, you're playing on easy mode. Don't feel proud of yourselves.
I don't want to be Tekken's Twitter after this. It's going to explode.
So yeah. Anyways, I've been playing through that. So I finally I got enough characters to like get full parties and everything, so I can really like experience the battle system and whatnot. So that's been a lot of fun. I thought I had gotten at least decently far until I got like a trophy that said congratulations on completing chapter 1 when I was 20 hours into the game. So I was like, oh, so this is gonna take a while. So yeah, that's been happening. So I don't know, but I like the game so far. So.
And what level you playing on extra hard then?
Well, no, I'm playing it on like the one right under the extra hard one.
Okay.
So,
okay. I just want to when Twitter war starts, I just want to make sure.
Oh yeah. Higher difficulty than Yukino, if that's the kind of as usual. So yeah.
The gauntlet has been thrown.
It doesn't even have to be. She couldn't even match my level of play if she tried. So
wow.
Boom.
I'm gonna load my smartphone tomorrow. Twitter, all Tekken, right down.
So yeah, let her stick to her easy modes. I like a little challenge when I play. So yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing.
And I take it because you love your RPGs that you got the deluxe edition with that, so with the art book and all that kind of stuff.
Which one for Tales of? Oh no, I just wait for which. Oh, for Shin Megami
Ni no Kuni.
I'm not letting you do it, Buff. It's not happening. I don't care what you try. It's not happening. I'm not falling for it. You can't push me into it. No, I'm not doing it.
Shimigami.
Yeah, I did. For Shin Megami Tensei 1, I did get that one.
Was it worth it?
Of course, it's an Atlas game. How could it not? Like 5 with their hit or misses. Yeah, I went there.
Yes, you did.
Threw that up there. So yeah, it happened. It's your fault. So I wouldn't even mentioned it had you not said anything.
So what came with the art book? What else came with it? Because there's like it was like
a strategy guide, an art book, soundtrack, and some special casing thing.
Oh, nice. Because I was there when it on the night released, and it was just people were just coming in just swarm, and they said, "Hey, do you have any extra of the special edition?" And I said, "Well, we still got 2 left." And it was like, "Vroom, vroom." They picked up like no.
I'm serious about that. There was like one with the Tales of the Xillia one where apparently it came with it was supposed to come with a poster or something, but the GameStop I went to, they hadn't gotten theirs in yet. So the guy, when I went to buy, he was like, "So I just wanted to tell you now, we haven't gotten our posters in yet." And it's like, "So if you want," I was like, "Why would I care about a poster or something?" But apparently the person that came in before me had made this big stink about it and got all angry because they didn't have them in or something. And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's not even that serious." So I just kind of went to the game. But
now, would there be something in say, because you are a very hardcore gamer, would there be something okay, something was offered, if they offered it and it wasn't there, would you get upset?
I mean, for me, I'm usually just there for the game. I usually don't care if it's because I think a lot of the stuff that they offer with these are kind of.
You're just there for the game. Why don't you just get it digitally?
Because well, you know how I feel about digital stuff. That's a whole other rant for another time.
It won't be there when I go back.
So, it's a whole other rant. Stop it, you and Buck. Stop. Not happening right now.
Double trouble.
But
Nino Kuni.
This is how you got banned the first time.
We like to call it exiled.
Call it what you want. But yeah, I think I don't know. For me, it's just it's one of those things. I mean, I'm getting the game, and that's what they're technically charging me for anyway. So it's you can't really get that mad about something that was free or offered kind of thing. Unless you go back and pay for it later, then that's different. But it's
if there's a special code to make your game a lot better, to boost up a character to be the ultimate, because there's codes out there. Hey, get in the area, get this level 5 code here. If that was offered for one of your characters in an RPG in one of those RPG games, would you be upset all of a sudden they say, "Oh, sorry, we ran out of the codes"?
Nah, I'll be fine. I don't like playing with super boosted characters anyway, because I mean, it kind of takes the fun out of it when you're.
That's just for Yukino?
Yeah. No comment, but yeah, kind of.
Oh, you said enough.
Talk about you. God. Because I mean, I think something similar did happen though. Because with DMC, I think you were supposed to get the DLC, and I never did get that. And I was like, yeah, but I mean, I still loved the game though, so I didn't really care that much because it was a great game. So it's and it was just DLC anyway. So who knows?
We know how RPG feels about that.
Yeah. Well, no comment on that either. But yeah.
So that's how you've been playing?
Yeah, basically.
Alrighty, so before the podcast I was playing some FTL because I was eating and I was like, well, I have one hand free so I can play this with one hand free because that's how awesome this game is.
Boy, here we go.
And then it was weird because I loaded up the game and I didn't know I was in the middle of a game, so I was like, oh, where am I at? And I was apparently one of the first few sectors or whatever, but it was a very short-lived run, let's just say that, because I had not played in a while.
Because I mean, I tell him there are kids listening, and now he's talking with one. He just doesn't. Nobody on this podcast listens. I just don't understand.
So I just had one hand free, playing it, like I do. It's so fun. And, yeah, that was fun still. So I need to go back and finish it, but I probably never will because it's so hard. Besides that, Splinter Cell, oh my gosh, dudes. It's weird because it has, the thing, it has one of those storylines where it's I want to be in the bubble so I cannot be externally intruded because stuff happens and all these systems are, integrated and hackery and stuff goes down. I was like, no, I'm all paranoid now. No, thanks, Splinter Cell. So, yeah.
If you were to rate the Splintered Cells, all right, what would this one rate in the other ones as compared?
Well, I've only finished Conviction and Blacklist. I've never finished the other ones.
You've already finished the game?
Yeah, I already finished it.
The freaking game just came out on Tuesday.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
No,
did you download it a week earlier? Is that what happened?
No, I actually had a physical copy this time. So
wow.
I had to get the gold goggles I never used, which is funny. But I did use the awesome. You get the the 4th echelon sneaking suit, which is like way better than like your default stuff. So yeah.
Tekken, now I'll ask you the same question. If you got there and you're looking for your golden goggles, and they didn't have it, would you go all crazy?
I wouldn't go all crazy. I'd be like, okay, dudes, I pre-ordered this game.
Where's my thingy?
And yeah, like, where's my thingy? And if I can't get my thingy here,
it's in your pants.
Which games is it on?
Just check once in a while.
Tell them. It's this could be kids listening. Stop it.
Oh right, sorry, I forgot. You guys are bad influences.
It's like, dudes, I pre-ordered this game. Where's my thingy? And now she ain't got my thingy. Which GameStop do I got to go to get my thingy in this city or this like
your golden
this
thingy.
Like close proximity?
Sound a lot worse when you say.
Because I'm not going back to my not going back from this place of business without my thingy that I got for free. All right, dudes, that's not how that works.
Golden thingy. Because they don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. You say golden. The golden goggles. Okay.
I guess
you're just
they don't know what it was.
And they're like, you might be in the store, sir.
Yeah. We'll call the cops. Maybe you can explain to them. But okay. So basically, you'd be upset a little bit, and you wouldn't leave the store until you got it. That's what you're saying?
I would if I could get it from a different location. If not, I'd be like, well, I canceled my pre-order, and you're not getting any of my money. I'm out. Peace. Laters, dude.
Mic drop.
And I'm never coming here again. Yeah. And I'd do something crazy and run out.
I would love to see that.
Tip over
like, blah, 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 and then just like walk out the store. Like, So that was different.
No, I'd push over display or something.
Yeah, well, push over the Grand Theft Auto
at the time. Right. I mean, if there's like a kid in there, or like a kid and their parents, or like depending on like how many people were in the store at the time, just depending on like how crazy Loud and Black ticket would get. Okay, so yeah.
This is where I think this would happen. You just go right to the door, turn to them and say, and this is why I go digital. And then you open the door and go, thingies, and walk right out.
That also seems like something you would
do. Thingies, yeah.
Thingies.
And then he'd probably grunt a few times. As per Tekken.
Actually, if it was
pacing back and forth,
I'd just be like, oh, well, thanks for the game. I stuffed something. Yeah.
Oh, that was
later, dude. Lady. Here's my number. Call me.
So wait, after you... Yeah, never mind. I was going to say, after you've already destroyed the store and everything, you're going to try to give her your number? Cause...
No. I mean, if there was a lady there, I'd be like, I'd totally not destroy the store and be like, Paragon option, let's do this. Try it for room.
You do know life is not Mass Effect, right? So, like...
Paragon option.
Like, so, tell me about any other games coming out. Oh, you already did. Well...
Oh, boy.
What is happening?
I don't know.
Besides Minnesota Black Glitch, which I very much enjoyed, and like the final boss fight, really good. It's like even better than the final confrontation and conviction. It was like, wow, that's cool. Not gonna spoil it because Charlie doesn't finish the game, but man, so good. And then like, just being all Panthery, man. And I can play through the campaign again after you finish the game. You can just like level select. They like do that thing where like you can just pick the level and like go through and play it again. Like you don't have to like worry about starting a new campaign. It's like, oh yeah, so I will be doing all stealthy predatory stuff to dudes and stuff in that game. It's always fun. Besides that, oh wait, I still need to play co-op. So yeah, me and Gamer, me and Tropical or something. So I also haven't played Spider Mix yet. So I haven't got to go online and be all like sneaking up on people and being all hanging from a ledge and being all like gotcha and stuff like that. So yeah. But I will get around to it. Besides that, what else have I played? Oh, I played some Mass Effect 3. Oh man, that game.
I know, right?
Gather round, children.
Because Tekken never plays Mass Effect.
So, according to my Raptor, I played that game 24 hours last month, or this month or whatever, but like, it's surprising me how I can just go back to this game and just be like, you know what, I have XCOM after I just finished Splinter Cell, but I'm going to put XCOM on hold, I'll binge it, and then I will crack out on this Mass Effect until I finish this playthrough. And it's kind of bittersweet because this is like going to be my last playthrough for a while. Probably not,
lies.
But for a while, I mean like
like 2 days. Like what? It's been 3 hours. That's all. Long, right?
Like after I upload this to YouTube, I'll be like focusing on the multiplayer. So it's like it'll be a while before I get to have fun with all my friends on the Normandy and chill with them and do all these missions. And like every time I play through the Genophage or the gift and quarry reconciliation. It's just like, oh, it gets me every time in my heart. Just like, oh, just I feel it in my heart, my cockles in my heart, like I say. And then like it's so good.
So how bad did the bureaus suck?
Oh my!
It wasn't that. Okay, what happened was like. I was playing through the prologue mission. I was gonna keep playing that day because like my friend was playing my PS3, so I couldn't play Splinter Cell. So like I was playing that instead, and I was like, okay, well I guess I'll just see how far I can get, and like if this game is terrible or not. And so like I'm giving orders, whatever, and then like I thought I cleared the wave of dudes, but apparently I didn't, and I just I got downed really fast, and it was annoying because my AID didn't come over and save me fast enough, and I was like, what the F? And I just got really frustrated because like it was just annoying. And then like it's weird. You start out as like level 0-1 and you're super underpowered, and I was like, man, this is not very much fun right now. And then like the game doesn't tell you some of the stuff you can do. Like you have like I was playing it and I was like, this isn't like Mass Effect at all. Like that's one reason I bought it because like it has like the whole movement cover to cover thingy like Mass Effect. But it's annoying because like when I talked about this last time, but like or whenever I talked about it last time, like when your dudes are taking orders and doing stuff, and like when they're like done with the order. And, like, they're just there shooting stuff. It's like, they do not do a good job of, like, not getting shot. It's just very frustrating. And so, like, there's that. And, like, when you're trying to shoot stuff and you're, like, out of cover, you're getting shot. And, like, it seems like you take more damage than you should. But then I think I'm playing on, like, the veteran, which is above normal difficulty. So maybe that's why. So maybe I should, like, start a new game on normal, just, like, see.
So you never played XCOM then?
I played... No, Buff. This isn't, like, the enemy unknown. This is, like... They use some of those systems, but it's like it's like not even the same because it's not turn-based, it's real time. And then it's weird because like
really?
it's kind of annoying because like in the previews they're like, oh well, you know, if you like give all your dudes orders and stuff, you'll be so awesome field commander, blah blah blah. But then like you're going to play the game, and I'm playing it, and I'm like, well, I'm not really giving them very many orders. I'm just going through here and like shooting dudes. Like this is a third-person shooter game, so it doesn't even feel like I have to do anything. So we'll see if that changes or not. But that's kind of disappointing too.
See, I thought it was like XCOM because it was like it feels like kind of like a sequel, right? Or a prequel, if you want us to call it like that. I was all excited, but if you're saying it's more like a third-person shooter, I don't want to shoot people in the head.
Yeah, it has elements of Enemy Unknown, but it's not.
No, forget that.
Not as XCOM as Enemy Unknown. So
then you just you just saved me what, $50? Put that in towards the PS4. There you go. And that's the thing for you gentlemen. You guys are buying games. You guys are we going to see a stop of the game buying before the PS4, or are we still going to keep buying?
Well, I'm not getting a launch PS4, so because I still have a lot of other games that are coming out for me later. But I mean, I'm sure those two will probably have their still buying everything anyway. Because I mean, Tekken already saved up for his anyway, so he technically doesn't really have to stop buying anything.
Now, will you guys keep your PS3s as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my PS1, 2, and 3
player. I'm about
player.
to say, it's like the PS4 can't play on my previous one, so I would have to keep it. So, because my PS3 still functions as my PS2 as well on some occasion.
My PS2 ever breaks, ... Hopefully it never does.
I wouldn't know what to do with myself if I couldn't play Kingdom Hearts randomly. I'd cry. It'd be a very dark day.
So you'll be picking up the big one coming out. Is it September? They're coming out with the Kingdom Hearts.
Oh no, I'm on Square Enix strike. Did you not know about that? Yeah, I'm on strike from them right now.
Oh,
they knew what they did.
We all know what we did.
Yeah. Besides, I already own the Kingdom Hearts, so it would kind of defeat the purpose just to buy it for Kingdom Hearts 1 and Chain of Memories, which I didn't like all that much anyway, so yeah.
Then I also played some Payday 2. I'm not sure if I did or not, but yeah, I'm level 10, I think, or 20. I think it's 20.
Oh, I forgot about that. I played Payday 2 at Gamer when it came out as well, and I forgot I haven't been here since then, so that's a thing.
That is the most asked game at the store right now.
Is it?
Yep. And we don't have it. That's even the other part.
Oh my gosh.
Slate gasp. Good thing you can download it.
That's what we tell them. Yeah, exactly.
That's a thing.
Maybe we should just make a shirt with Tekken and say, "Good thing you can download it." That's a nice little word bubble. There you go.
I still haven't even figure out a class to do in that game, man. It's like I have several skill points at this point, but I have yet to spend them on anything. And gamers like, why don't you just spend it on something so you can at least like. I was like, no, gamer, this takes planning. You can't just go willy-nilly spending skill points everywhere. And then it's like, nah, I don't want this class like this. And I don't know if you can respect.
You can respect.
Oh,
them.
you can. Oh,
yeah.
That's like
because I did that because I was doing taking half mastermind, but then I needed more points in the mastermind so I could get more zip ties to tie up more hostages. So I did that. And now I'm going for the drill stuff.
So I was thinking of doing like Ghost and Enforcer.
But then like the later on stuff takes a lot of skill points. Like it takes a lot to max out the drill stuff and the C4 and the lock picking stuff. So it's kind of a grind, but it's kind of annoying that the level selection is still terrible. But I haven't played it since the patch, so I'm not sure if it fixed it. So we'll see. There's been like quite a few patches over the last few days, so I'm not sure what they fixed.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go patch mine then, because I haven't been on there for that.
And I read an article on Polygon that Audio Surf 2 is coming out, and I did not know this. And I was like, Audio Surf 2, that's a game. Or Audio Surf 1 anyway. But then I was like, ooh, I should play Audio Surf 1. And I did. So that was fun. I think I'm going to like stream it for like, someday I'm just like randomly streaming and be like, Audio Surf, because, you know, these are some awesome tunes for you to listen to, and let's get ready for the awesomeness that is Audio Surf 2. Besides that, I talked about the Bureau, talked about Splinter Cell, talked about Mass Effect. Oh, okay, PSP. What I'm playing on PSP. Okay, so I switched around all my like memory cards, and like I finally got all my PS1 games on Pro Duos because I bought some new ones. And then like I didn't like one day I was going to work, I like didn't know what was on what, so I just like ran out with like a random card thingy of like I was playing. And then I didn't know I was playing, so I'm still playing. Like, well, I'm not playing Breath of Fire 3 anymore because I got stuck. I was like, I don't know what to do. Whatever, I knew what happened. Whatever. I got farther than I did last time. Whatever. And then I put in Front Mission. So I'm back on Front Mission 3. That game's still awesome. So it was weird because they said, oh, you know, there's dual campaigns or whatever. But I'm not sure if I'm playing through the one I played through before the first time or the second time because I loaded up my game and then I just saved it over what I loaded. And then, like, the timer is higher than all the other ones, but I'm not sure if this is, like, any different because, like, the save file image is the same, so I'm not sure if it's the same campaign or what. And then, like, I'm playing it, and, like, the levels feel like I've played through them before, but, whatever. So, we'll see when I finish it. And if I finish it, I'll be like, oh, I'll start over, whatever, and then we'll play through it twice or 3 times and then see if I got any different stuff. But, yeah, it's still awesome strategy-based mech game and funness and stuff. And I believe that is maybe all I've been playing. Oh, wait. So yeah, Everyday Shooter. I forgot I played some PSN stuff. So so I played Everyday Shooter because it was like on my thingy, on my game list, and it's like there in the folder, and like I keep thinking like it's like the like symbol that's like garbage data that you just delete, but it's not. And I'm like, oh, it's an actual game. So I went and played that for a bit. First time playing it. That game is hard. It's cool because it's like music and shooting, but it's really hard. Like, I'm not good at twin-stick shooters, and that's what it is, and whew, man, cannot keep up. I got to, like, the 3rd level. I can't get past the 3rd level, so I was just playing, like, the same 3 levels over and over, and it's kind of not as fun when you do that, so. And then I played Critter Crunch for the first time, and that game, oh my gosh, the art style is, like, amazing, and, like, just one of the best animated games on the PS3 that I've ever seen. I was like, wow, I did not know the art was this good or the graphics were this good, but just hand-drawn sprites, and they're all super awesomely animated, and it's funny too, because like in that game, you eat little critters, and then you spit them into other critters, and then, like, depending on where they're at, it's like a puzzle block game, like Tetris, or whatever those are called, or break block, whatever. And so, like, they all, like, break if they're the same colors or whatever, or, like, they're set up or whatever. But then you can also, like, when you break them, like, little treasures come down to the bottom where you're at, and you're moving your critter to, like, eat stuff, and, like, he'll eat them. And then, like, if you do good enough, you can you get this, like, combo thing, and, like, your son will come out, I forgot what its named, and you can, like, vomit in its mouth for extra points, and it's so funny. It's like, it's gross, but it's funny at the same time, because it's so, like, animated, all cutesy style. It's like, this is funny that they put this in here and got away with it, but it's hilariously adorable and disgusting at the same time. So that's Critter Crunch, which was funny.
I like
what
that
else?
game.
I picked. It's funny because I bought I bought Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, but apparently I don't know if I've downloaded it yet because it's not on my thingy to play, so I'm not sure if I need to like re-download it or whatever. And then I picked up Guacamelee because it's on sale, but I haven't played that yet either. So, but that's all I've been playing, I think. So yeah, and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sales have been really good recently.
Yes, they have.
So good. What will they come up with next?
Ooh, that's a good question. Cool.
This is crazy. Like, all the gaming stuff is happening now. We had Gamescom, and then Wednesday we had the GameStop Expo, where presumably now regular Americans have touched PlayStation 4s and Xbox Ones, or dev kits. And then PAX starts tomorrow? Friday?
Soonish, I don't know.
And then like a week later, we will have Sony's pre-TGS thing.
Man, I'm pumped for TGS, dude. Like, it's funny, like, every year, even though, like, sometimes I've been, like, super let down, like, nothing, like, I, like, that, like, sometimes you get jaded for, like, E3 too, like, or, like, parts of E3, but, like, no matter what, like, TGS is, like, awesome Japanese stuff, I know I'll be there. It's, like, even if it's not, like, it's gotta be there, it's gotta be there. It's, like, I, like, have never had, like, no faith in, like, Japanese developers, like, let me down. Or, like, to not let me down, I mean. It's, like, I always have, like, faith in them, like, have something else in there. And I'm gonna be really angry if deep down is, like, what I've heard it is and got like turned into some online game and it's not as awesome, so we'll see. Cause that's like one of the games that was like PS4 when I first saw it. Like the dude and the shield and the fire and the dragon and so yeah. I want more taking giddiness from stuff at TGS of like stuff I haven't seen. Or even PAX, I don't care. Until we're done with this whole expo season that we're in.
Finally. Then we can start playing stuff.
Like when I saw the infamous Second Son trailer, and I was like, that face, it looks so real, oh my gosh. The lights, like the stuff that you freak out about, that's like so like infinitesimally small and like not even important when you play like the finished games, like you didn't even care about it, but like when you see the first time, it's like, oh my gosh, it looks so good, oh my gosh, amazing. So glad it appeared at a PS4, yeah. Day one.
Are you?
Yep.
Are you though?
No regrets.
So what are your day one plans? You ordered from
Amazon, yeah.
So waiting at home and it's just gonna arrive?
Yep.
And you're gonna play Watch Dogs?
Yep. And I will be streaming it. I will be testing out my share button day one. I'll be like, let's do this. Share button. Click, click. And then go from there. Cool. I will share all the things of my I'll put it through its share button paces.
I haven't decided what I want yet. I guess we really don't know everything that's coming out. I think indie games are going to be what I'm going for. And the camera.
Does The Witness come out that day?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, if I will some indie stuff and free-to-play. Ooh, DC Online, yeah. Or, yeah, play a bunch of free-to-play stuff, because it's like a free, so... It's not a PS3, and I'm not going to bother putting it on my PC now, so...
Pretty much.
Oh, isn't there... I read something about, like... Isn't Sony supposed to, like, roll out something about, like, party system or something? Party chat?
Yeah, they said that party chat works across Vita and PS4.
Okay, that's what I saw. I was like... Because I saw some weird thing, like, the headline was so misleading. It's like, cross-platform, and then I was like, oh, it's Vita and PS4. That's... not what I was expecting. I was kind of disappointed with that. So I was like, oh, well, thanks, headline person, for making that not as awesome as I thought it would be.
That'd be pretty amazing.
But do we know how that's going to like work on like PS4 games across PS4 games?
No.
Okay.
Because we haven't seen, I guess, what would be the in-game dashboard. You know, we've seen the dashboard outside of games, how it lets you get into games, and how you can spectate from there. But we haven't seen, like, when you're in the game, how does it work? How does is it going to bring up the simplified XMB, or is it going to have enough memory? Because we've seen them bring up the share stuff. That's a full screen thing, but it's not all of the menu features and things like that. So, yeah, we don't know. The only thing we've seen is that sort of promotional video where apparently they were just talking, and one guy was playing Knack and the other guy was playing Shadowfall. Did they have to start a lobby? Was there a lobby that they started before, and then it's just there, and every time you log on, you just automatically join into the lobby you were last in?
That'd be cool.
Who knows?
That's a setting. See, now I'm thinking of like stuff I must have at day one. So it's like I'm gonna like make a list of stuff I need. Like I need a larger internal hard drive so I can upgrade it.
Oh man, that's true.
Hope I don't strip the screws on my thingy like I did on my other one.
Might be better to just start with a bigger hard drive.
I know it will, 'cause I'm just gonna be like downloading the crap out of everything. It's like, ooh, and a plus, and we have Drive Club day one free. Yes. I'll be playing that too, yes. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Because Gran Turismo 6 won't be out yet, so I'll be like, ooh, I can play this before I get Gran Turismo 6. So. Oh, I still need to make my manifest to see what cars I can afford within the credits to see if I'm probably going to end up getting it from GameStop just because it seems like all those cars I'd rather have than just the million credits. Yeah, you could like sell all those for like way more. So, because there's like a chart on the PlayStation blog, because there's like a link they put on their Facebook, and I went to the thingy, and then like
all
see,
the
like,
cars.
Yeah, I could see all the like the pre-order cars from GameStop and like the value of them. I was like, whoa, this is like way more than me. So, I could just trade all these in, and I kind of don't really want to keep them because it gives me like an unfair advantage in like the campaign. So I was like, and if I have like a ton of credits, I can just spend on whatever. So.
Hard to say. Wow, that's weird. I had not thought about the fact that GT6 comes out after the PS4.
I have, because I'm like, okay, Tegan. After we finish Watch Dogs, go back to PS3 until there's something else coming out that we have to have day one, like Destiny or The Order. Until then, hands off PS4 unless we're sharing button stuff. Share buttering stuff.
What?
Sharing stuff with a button or something, I don't, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Weirdo.
Alright, so I guess, does anybody else have anything to add before we wrap things up?
No.
Well, it's funny, we had like 2 weeks in a row of like stuff happened, and we didn't know it was going to happen, and we totally just talked about it.
Sweet.
Yeah, long episode.
I think my favorite was IGN's, where they said that they went and saw the 2DS, and they went back to the office and told everyone, and no one believed
they thought
them.
they were telling this. Yeah, that was great. It's funny though, 'cause like in the end, I think it's gonna like sell a ton. So
yeah, I think
it's
of
130
course.
bucks. But so it's like obviously it's not gonna. It's like if I could buy a Vita for 130, that'd be great.
It's kind of like the Game Boy Micro, but not inferior.
It's like so weird though, like with like the timing of it. It's like well, I guess since I already have a 3DS, it doesn't matter. But it's like since I'm kind of like locked in my PS4 at this point, it's like no external announcement like hardware wise will like make me change my computer since I'm finally locked in now.
Well,
like,
I mean,
the last time.
The 2DS isn't really trying to compete with the PS4 or anything.
I
so
know, but I mean, like, I kind of want to get a Vita because they price dropped it. But I was like, oh, I got PS4 pre-ordered, so I can't. So, it's like, so do I.
But think about all the cross.
But now I can wait until Black Friday. So it's like,
stuff
yep,
that
like
you
Gamer
can
said, it's just like, just chill out on everything. It's after November.
Yeah, 'cause I think
or
that's
like,
how I got
wasn't
mine.
that last year we made that roll up? Because it's like, everything did get discounted, even though it like came out
Yeah.
before. So it's like, if you're just gonna wait, just wait it out until Black Friday.
Yep.
They did have a good deal on the Black Friday one last
That's
year.
how I got XCOM for like $15 or something. I was like, yeah, this game's awesome. And it won my Golden Crosshair because I was like, it blew me away.
Wow. That is an interesting idea. I'm wondering, because I think the stores are being a little bit short-sighted right now, especially with, for example, like the Move and PlayStation Eye. I've seen a ton of places have them on clearance, and so they're the lowest price I've ever seen, and And the assumption is just like, well, these are all just dead, so we're just going to get rid of all of them. In fact, I saw one place that was like Vita memory cards that were just on these super low prices. And I was like, no one is buying Vita. We don't want this in here anymore. And they were just really cheap. And I was just like, that is a mistake.
Oh, I mean, I'm okay with the whole memory card thing because those things are kind of expensive. So go ahead and lower the prices as much as you want, guys.
I'm okay with getting them for those prices, but from the store point of view, like, that is a mistake. You are seeing it as, like, right now this is how it is. It will always be like this, so we're just going to get rid of them. We're cutting our losses. And, yeah, I wonder if the current gen deals are going to be really good this year, because the assumption is next gen is here, current gen is dead. And
oh man,
yeah, that is not true. But from a store point of view, they might think, oh, this is how it always is, so that's what's going to happen. Like, well, you're wrong, and I'm going to reap the benefits, but you're wrong.
It's like, so guys, funny thing happened. I got another PS3 for $100 because, you know,
why not?
I have another all digital one that I can just slap another hard drive in, you know, fill it up with free PAs Plus stuff. So yeah, that's what I did. And it's blue because, you know, they came out with a blue one that I couldn't get when I got the Assassin's Creed one. So yeah, for me.
So I'm wondering, do I buy any games at launch? You know, the list that we made last time is like, do I buy any of them at launch, or do I wait for everything for Black Friday and beyond?
See, it's like you probably could do that and like get some deals, but it's like for me, it's like I couldn't do that because it's like I have to be playing it if it's out. Or it's like Batman, I know it exists. I can't.
Yeah, that's the one. I was like,
beyond.
If I'm not getting the awesome big Batman box, do I even get Batman on day one, or do I wait until Black Friday? Because last year, you know, by Black Friday, Batman was, or it wasn't last year, but yeah, it was like $40 by Black Friday.
I think even Borderlands 2 was on sale, 'cause that's how I got it super cheap on Steam.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm not sure if the physical copies were on sale, but I remember on Steam I got it for super cheap. So. And I was like, I just bought this game, I was ripped off. Even though I enjoyed it, I kind of felt cheated. It's like, curse you retailers, I should learn from this.
Wow.
I never do.
This year I'm only looking for memory cards on Black Friday.
Interesting wrinkle. I had not thought about that.
Yeah, it's like next year for all my fall games, I'm just going to push them to November, and but not this year. This year, it's like, you know, gotta have stuff to play. GTA, Batman.
Well, I think GTA's price will stay relatively stable. So that one I think is safe. But Batman, I don't know. They've always pushed the price on Batman down so quickly, and it's like, why? This is a really good game.
That's how I got Arkham Asylum for so cheap. You could just wait and see, even though you want to play it so badly.
Yeah, or I could do my price matching.
They still do that?
Thingy. Hey, I bought this 50 days ago, and now it's cheaper. Give me my refund. All right, let's wrap up.
All right.
Yeah, Buff left, but that was fun. So check us out, aimlesspodcast.com. Also on YouTube, where the archive is slowly growing, so that will really be fun, apparently.
Oh yeah, I listened to those, dude. Like the 2 pilots and the first episode, terrible but hilarious.
We were kind of all over the place back then because we had like that was back when we had like 6 or 7 hosts or something at the time. We were trying to.
Yeah, it's also weird, like going back and like hearing people that aren't here anymore. It's like Sister Dragon. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah, because even Dagger and stuff were still like regular members during that time too. I think even Yukino was far.
Yeah, she was on one of them. I was like, whoa, that was weird.
We
Whose voice is
there's a lot more people in like one episode before, so it's a bit congested at some points. But
So yeah, if you want to relive the glory days, or
it's debatable on whether
they're out there. And as always, follow us on Twitter and Facebook. And well, I will consult with the others first. On the other thing.
I'm not sure how I feel about this. But yeah.
So RPG, where were you last week?
Work? Like I usually am? What kind of question is that?
I don't know. I saw some salacious pictures of you online with.
No, Candyland was on a different day. I
see.
And I was working during that too, so that is.
So he said.
Oh, shut up! You saw me in I was in my chef attire, so it's not even.
Yeah, it was weird. It was very he doesn't belong in this picture at all. I found Waldo.
So yeah, but yeah, that was a fun event. Is what that was for half of it anyway. But that's a story for a different time. But, anyway. Yeah.
Have any thing to sign off with?
I do not.
You have any new reconstructed tuck list?
Not yet.
Darn.
Sorry.
Alrighty then. Well, until next week. Fight like a crooked, run like a leopard, be bear the commander shepherd. Yeah. And feel free to tweet me at my Twitter anytime. At Ticketmaster. Oh yeah.
Kids listening.
So yeah, until next week, until you hear from us again, Aimless Podcast, Aimless Babble Z, and we're now signing off.
Just another quiet day.